because I got some.
Who knows if it's going to be Rant A Mania? Because the funny thing is, I'm actually not. I don't know.
I got one in me. I know that, and Ronnie knows that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one in me too.
So think of a rant for yourself, Chris, so we can all rant tonight.
I'm pretty sure I'll find something eventually.
I'm sure you'll find. Yeah, you shouldn't have any issue finding something to rant about.
Well, I mean, like I said, the Flyers staved off elimination. Hopefully, like, this is a fucking wake-up call for them. But at the same time, I'm still like, yeah.
All right, why is the stream having issues?
I don't know. We're not there. I can't tell.
Well, what I was going to talk about anything was this was like over the weekend where people were talking, where somebody brought it up, and I'm like, this is a quintessential Nerd Zone thing to talk about because it's actually having to do with nerds and sports. Holy shit, something that's actually our fucking show.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that earlier.
What? Oh, the whole thing with the Nerd World Order thing?
No, not that. I can give a fuck about that. I'm sorry. I can give a fuck about that.
Hey.
Hey,
If we can get more exposure, I'm taking it.
Hey.
There you go.
Yeah, but who knows if it's from that, though. So it's like, oh, the Nerd World Order. Okay, whatever. I mean, hey, if it goes good. That's fine. I can honestly give two shits about it. Sorry.
I talked to Ryan earlier. He didn't get into Blunderdome.
Yeah.
He was pissed about that. They had him. Somebody put in the chat with the usual trips complaining.
Okay, good. All right, so we're just gonna go because it says people are hearing us fine. We got a couple people in the chat right now.
I sent a text out to Christian too. So.
Okay. Cool.
Who?
Christian.
Who?
Colin. Oh, I thought you were going to say who also on that one.
I don't comment on people I don't know.
David Hale, Brandon Workman.
He's looking over the Phillies roster.
Jose Alvarez is gone. Hector Neris is still there. Spencer Howard, Vinny Velasco. Vinny Velasco's finally been moved to the pen. About fucking time.
All right, Ronnie, why don't you start the show and then we'll get into this.
Yeah, let's get going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Zone on the Nerd Report Network. On today's episode, it is Rant A Mania. I got some baseball rants. John's got some baseball rants. It's going to be a little high and tight, so I know Chris got something that we can talk about with college football. That, plus we dive back into the NFL, and maybe some college football?
I do have one thing I need to talk about really quick since I am the lone Notre Dame fan on this panel here.
Mm-hmm. Okay there, Rudy.
We'll get to it. But I'm Nerd Zone.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Nerd Zone. And today's episode 179. I'm your host, Evan Ronnie, and with me, as always,
it is I, Trips, and you can follow me on Twitter at TripsNXC, and I will be talking about Dr. Lou, or formerly Dr. Lou.
And
the Zombie Master, and after tonight, I may be known as the Rant Master.
Okay there, Taskmaster.
The Taskmaster. Huss! But it's the Rant Master. So instead of huss, it's suck!
Ah!
Pretty much.
It's not hot!
All right. I guess I'll get into it quick since it's on my mind.
Yes. Well, yeah, you know what? We'll go into college football first. Go.
No, well, it's not college. Well, it's something to do with it.
It's in college. It's in the realm of college football.
Everybody knows I'm a Notre Dame fan. I'm a diehard Notre Dame fan. I live and die with the Irish. I was born into the Irish fandom. And what happened last week, I didn't get a chance to talk about it because it was happening. I think it happened as we were on the air, or it was the next night. But Notre Dame, of course, the famous coach that I know most about, because like Notre Dame's only won one national championship in my lifetime.
Yeah.
They've won a ton before I was born.
Familiar?
Yeah. But the one that we won in my lifetime was against West Virginia. And the coach was Lou Holtz. So for the longest time, I really held Lou Holtz in high regard.
Oh, I already know where you're going with this because I remember this.
Yeah. Now it's... And basically, one of the things I've always had to deal with Notre Dame lately is that Notre Dame sometimes, a lot of the fan base sometimes doesn't issue my exact moral views and political views.
Well,
and it gets really how can I put it? A lot of Notre Dame fan sites, which is funny for a team that is based on a Catholic school, turns into some of the most toxic crap you've ever heard in your life. I mean, it goes beyond like, oh, well, this coach sucks. I mean, for 5 years, I've heard fire Brian Kelly.
I'm 40.
But that's expected. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
2 games into the Adam Gase era, and Jets fans are talking about firing him.
Yep.
I wasn't even the first year. I'm talking about 2 games.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, same as like Philadelphia Eagles and Philadelphia 76ers. It's been fire Brett Brown for 3-4 years.
And hey, it worked.
Yeah, finally. And it was time for him to go. See, I didn't jump on board until Elton Brand had his squad, and then he wanted to play bully ball, and then Brett Brown decided to put Herky Jerky Furky from Turkey out there and try to, shoot threes. And oh my God, it didn't work. Who would have thought that?
You don't say.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Anyway, so being a Notre Dame fan, I was having a little crisis of conscience with everything that's going on, and I was actually debating on doing the one thing I did with the Eagles and the Giants when I got the Giants for the Eagles. You know the reason why I did that.
Yep. And we have a tremendous rant on our back catalog because of me.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't just the Sam Darnold thing.
Oh my God, dude!
But it was also because of Giants fans were saying that. Well, because everybody knows the team I hate more than anything is the Cowboys.
Get in line.
No, like this is before you were even on the Nerd Zone. There are back catalogs of rants I have against the Cowboys.
Of course.
Like ridiculous rants. Like ones that made Ronnie almost double over in laughter.
Oh, trust me, because I had my own. Because I've had my own rants that were just, yeah.
No,
I remember I listened to a show the day they drafted Sam Darnold. Chris, you could not stop mocking Ronnie for that one.
Oh, and the other thing is also I had help with that one. Kim was egging me on.
I remember that episode well.
But guess what? I still stand by it.
Oh, completely.
I still stand by it because I like I said, Southern soy boy California boys cannot play in cold fucking weather.
All right. Anyway, but the whole thing of that one, the whole tease of that one was I said, if the Giants drafted Sam Darnold, I was done with him. But that wasn't I was also slowly veering off anyway, because besides people saying that the Cowboys weren't as bad as the Eagles with Giants fans, I was like, okay, I can't do that. There's no way I can do that. The Cowboys are the worst, absolute worst.
Yep.
And then seeing ways the Giants organization handled certain things, like morally and politically, to where like I identified more with the Eagles and Jeffrey Lurie.
And also,
So
that's
it
kind of
made
where
sense.
and also that's kind of where you're at.
And I was living there forever, and I'm living here, and it made sense with all that I would support. I would rather go to a team that supports all of that rather than be like, oh yeah, my one hanger on from when I lived in New York, when I was raised. You know what I mean? So with Notre Dame, like Notre Dame's always been like the family thing. Like it's always been.
Well, let's face it. When it comes to college football, it's either you're a fan of Notre Dame because it's through blood,
Yeah.
or you're a fan of that in-state. Like I became
Right.
I was a Michigan fan because of just it was on TV the one time, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Wolverines. This was like when Brady was the fucking quarterback. Go figure.
Right. This is
and then I found
right.
Rutgers and
This is deeper. Like when I was born, the blanket that I was wrapped in had a Notre Dame logo on it.
Yeah, it's family. Notre Dame. When it comes to bleeding gold and navy, it's fucking
Blue and gold.
blue and gold.
Get it right.
You get what I mean? It's engraved in family. It's handed down.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
and,
like what my rant's going to be about. But anyway, go ahead.
But anyway, it gets with. But the thing is also, I am not a Catholic. I am not Catholic by any stretch of the imagination. I am more agnostic if I go anything. Agnostic with a hint of Christianity, I guess. Because where I grew up in the church, that church was a little racist and stuff like that, and I couldn't deal with it. So when I decided, so I believed in God. I'm not an atheist, but I'm more agnostic. And when I was seeing Notre Dame actually sort of letting more agnostic students in, I was like, all right, cool. They're getting it. They're going with the time. And I heard nothing with Lou Holtz saying anything. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, anyway, last week at the Republican National Convention, or Trump Mania,
brother.
Yeah, I mean, because it's no longer the RNC. Let's be honest. It's a cult. Anyway, Lou Holtz appeared. And I was like, oh, God. And he endorsed Trump, which I don't know why. And then he said something that really got under my skin. Because it's one thing for you to be, a coach of a religious organization that is Catholic. And then you say that the part that Trump's opponent, Joe Biden, is Catholic only in name. When Dr. Lou, which this is the last time I'll ever call you that. All right. Now you chose to go with the guy with a bunch of cultists that basically think he is God.
See, I thought you were going to go somewhere else.
How fucking dare you? You claim to be a man of God, a coach at one of the most prestigious Jesuit colleges, like the Jesuit college. Like yes, Notre Dame is a football school, all that, but it's also a very prestigious school in other ways. And yes, it is a Jesuit school, but they have shifted a little bit past, and it's no longer just Catholic anymore.
Chris, I hate to cut you off, but when you're done, I have breaking news.
Okay.
Just keep going. Sorry.
Just say it.
Well, the Mets have suffered a loss, and I don't mean the loss to the Orioles. Tom Seaver has passed away.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
from dementia. And, oh boy, Chris, you're going to have fun with this one. Dementia and COVID!
So, he died of COVID.
COVID was the tag team partner, yes.
Yeah. Well, the thing is... Oh, all right. Let me get back on Lou.
Yeah, go. Sorry. That literally just broke.
All right, anyway. So, you are a coach of the most prestigious Jesuit Academy, and you endorse the complete antithesis of anything a Catholic stands for. I mean, I know you want to play the evangelicals. They are not fucking Catholics. They are not people of fucking God. I am sorry. I am agnostic. Yes, I am. But I know a bullshit when I see one. And when in an interview, people have asked Donald Trump to quote his favorite piece of the Bible, which he says is his favorite book. He says, I like it all, which is complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. Because if John asks me something, like, oh, what's your favorite this and that? And I say, oh, yeah, I like it all. And it's mentioned that I'm like, oh, yeah, it's my favorite completely. It's like, so what's your favorite piece? Oh, I like it all. He knows right off the bat I'm bullshitting him. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, definitely.
Like if John says, we were talking about Iron Maiden, and I go, oh, I love Iron Maiden. Yeah, and if John goes, what's your favorite song? And I say, oh, I like them all. John knows right away I'm bullshitting.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyway,
that's what any band, really.
And even in speeches, Joe Biden has quoted the Bible. The man, and they ask him what his favorite passage is, and he has said it. So for Lou Holtz to even claim that Joe Biden is Catholic in only name is fucking stupid. You have joined a cult, Lou. Go fuck yourself. Thank you for the 89 championship, but as Notre Dame is done, you are distanced and dead. And this is where I give an applause to Notre Dame, because Notre Dame has distanced itself from Lou Holtz. And a bunch of the Trumpies are angry about that shit. But they can go fuck themselves, because they've also joined the cult. And your Messiah will gladly sacrifice you to keep his pulpit. Just be aware.
See, I thought you were going to go with the other one that Lou Holtz was in the news for. Yeah, these kids know what they do. They stormed Normandy.
Oh, that was weeks ago.
Well, we didn't talk about it, but Lou Holtz was in that for that too.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, Lou Holtz is drinking the Trump aid. He is completely and unequivocally said that, he is behind him. And then when he basically says a devout Catholic like Joe Biden is Catholic only in name, when he has quoted scripture and Trump says, my favorite book is the Bible, which he holds upside down in a photo.
I know, I've seen that one. But you know what, when it comes to shit like that...
And then they say, and then Fox News gave him a layup question. What's your favorite passage? I like them all. Bullshit. And even his family, like Mary Trump and Marianne Trump, his sister, it's like, it's hilarious. They're like, oh, man of God, are you kidding me? The last time he was in church was probably when he was 15.
We're talking about a guy...
Man of God.
Remember, we're talking about a guy that almost invested in Action Park.
Well, first off, for these people to think this person is any type of religious, one of the biggest commandments he's already broken time and time again is thou shalt not adulter. How many times has he committed adultery?
Yeah, hey, Christian.
Then
what's happening?
Where if you were a man of God and now you follow Trump. Thou shalt not worship false prophets. What are you doing? Because these people don't just like. I mean, all you gotta do is look at Guilfoyle's speech, where it's like he lifts you up, and but that's a sermon. But as soon as you say someone lifts you up, and helps us and da da da, that's a sermon. Sorry, Eva Peron wannabe. No, that's a fucking sermon. And that was all religion. That was all religion of Trump rhetoric. And I'm sorry, like if you fall for the con and you are part of that cult, you're gonna regret it completely. So have fun, Lou. Notre Dame don't want you. Thank God. Because I was about ready to like trade in all my blue and gold and just go Penn State completely. But nope. Notre Dame showed they were progressive and they did the right thing. They distanced themselves from Lou Hole.
Leave
Thank
the
God.
independent and come to the Big Ten.
Oh, that's another. Oh, since we're going on college football here, where Trump basically said, "Oh, I met with what was it? The commissioner of the Big Ten. We're going to try to get going in the fall." Like, and he's like, "Yeah, no, we're still looking at Thanksgiving."
Honestly, for the Big Ten, they're gonna get something. If it's not in the spring, it will be Thanksgiving. Something is gonna happen.
Christian, what's up?
What's happening?
Did you like that little rant there?
I did. I came in at the right fucking time, huh?
Yeah. Well, while that was going on, we actually broke some news.
Yeah, Tom
Seaver passed away due to COVID and dementia.
I saw. I just saw. I got the notification before I came on with you guys.
Yeah, I know. John, you still there?
Yeah. Just right now, I'm just very bummed right now.
Oh.
I understand why. I'm like, and of course, someone's going to say he died of dementia. And like, all right, when it's something with COVID, COVID is the thing that triggers the death. So therefore, you do die of COVID. And we don't need to go through this again because John's already had this experience twice with two people, and I really feel sorry for him.
No, it sucks. I mean, Tom Seaver was the Mets. He pretty much was Mr. Met.
Yeah, he's arguably the greatest Met of all time.
Yeah.
Well, let me say a little something. I mean, this is not my rant that I wanted to go on. So, hearing this news kind of took a lot of steam out of that. But you have to understand now, Chris. You just went on how you said you were wrapped up in that with Notre Dame.
Oh yeah, I totally understand how you are with the Mets.
Since I was a little kid, I've always lived with my grandparents. And my grandparents were Brooklyn Dodger and New York Giant fans. Now, when they left for San Francisco and Los Angeles, respectively, there was no team here. When the Mets signed on in 1961 and played their first game in 1962, they were immediately Met fans. And they were Met fans until the day both of them died. And when they died, they were buried with Mets memorabilia. My grandfather was buried with Gary Carter baseball card in his hand because Gary Carter was his favorite player. And my grandmother, I buried her with a Mets pair of Deca, because my grandmother loved to gamble and stuff. She was buried with a pair of Mets Deca cards. So they went to the great beyond with Mets with them. So being in this house, the Mets were the only team that was on. And they would tell me stories of Tom Seaver. They're like, Tom Seaver almost had a no-hitter in 1969, until that one guy hit that ball in the bottom, one out in the bottom of the ninth, top of the ninth, 2 outs to go, and he blew it. Jimmy Qualls, I'll never forget that name, because that's the guy who broke up Tom Seaver's no-hitter. And I watched him play. When he was traded in '77, my grandmother wept. She was sad. She was devastated because that was, like you said, he was the Mets to us. You know, a lot of people have one guy or two guys that are on their team that are the franchise of the face of the team. Tom Seaver was the face of the Mets at the time, and he came back in '83. I got to see him pitch on TV with the Mets live, not a recording. You know, I got to see him play. He pitched opening day, as a matter of fact, and he won on opening day in 1983. And then he became a broadcaster with the Yankees, which God only knows why that happened.
Money, money. That's
Yeah, money's a wonderful thing. Then he
yes.
did a couple Mets. Then he did some Mets broadcasts, and then he started getting sick with the dementia, and he was having a hard time remembering family members and stuff like that. And he stopped doing signings. He stopped doing this, that, and the other thing. And the Mets did the most beautiful thing before he died. Not that he, unfortunately, he probably wasn't aware of it, but his family was. They renamed Citi Field Tom Seaver Way. So when you turn onto the street to get to Citi Field, you got to turn on Tom Seaver Way. That will be forever. And I can't think of a better thing to honor one of the best pitchers we had on in this franchise. I'm going by from '62 to present day. No disrespect to Jacob deGrom, but I'm sorry. Tom Seaver was the original franchise, and he always will be the franchise of this team. And
Absolutely.
right now, I'm not ashamed to say it, my heart's broken right now. My heart's broken as not just a Met fan, but as a fan of him as a person. You know, I've seen what dementia does to people. It's ugly. It's disgusting.
Oh, trust me. You know, my late grandfather
My
had
grandfather,
it, and you know, a lot of people don't realize what this does to a person. You know, just seeing them not remembering things, and you know, them waking up at times of the night asking where they are, and you know,
perfect
it's
example. It's like my grandfather in the last year of his life. He wasn't diagnosed with dementia, but my mother and I knew it. He would wake up in the middle of the night and scream for my grandmother. This was my grandfather died in '99. My grandmother passed away in '97. He'd wake up in the middle of the night. Now I was living with him at the time. I was taking care of him. He would wake up in the middle of the night screaming, "Rose, Rose, where are you? I can't see you." And I mean, he would scream like somebody was murdering him. And I'd have to go in there, and I'd go in there to calm him down. He would look at me, and I could see he didn't know who I was. And eventually, he'd snap back into place, and he'd know who I was, and he'd be like, "What's going on?" He didn't know he was just screaming 10 minutes ago. So trust me, I've seen what dementia is, and it's disgusting. The worst thing in the world, and I don't wish that upon anybody. And now that Corona has taken a third person, not somebody I knew, but somebody I cared about, away from me this year, it gets me even more pissed off at all the people claiming this shit is a hoax.
And the
So,
person that's purveying it.
and I see shit like that, and I almost want to walk up to them and slap them with a 2x4. And then once the 2x4 is broken, shove it up a certain orifice. Turn them into
I
a
was
fucking
I
towel.
was waiting for that.
nice.
I was waiting for that.
But that's just, you know, it's like I said, I lost a dear friend from high school to this, and I lost somebody that was weren't blood family, but I knew them as family. Passed away from this year, and now a great, a baseball icon was
Wow.
taken by this.
No fucking way.
What? Don't tell me somebody else
No,
died.
no, 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 no.
I
No.
can't handle that.
You want to hear something really fucking eerie?
Well,
His
what?
death came at strike three.
Came at what?
His death came at the final out of the game today.
Oh, that's weird. And they won today too.
And they won today.
9-4.
Yeah.
In Baltimore.
4-0.
And it's against Baltimore. And it's against Baltimore, who they beat in the World Series, and he pitched the final game. That's how weary that is.
4:05 was the start. It went 3 hours and 12 minutes. His death, I believe, was at 4. It was at 7. Or no, it was at 8:30. So it was an hour after his death, or after the game ended.
Oh, that's just creepy.
That's
That's creepy. But
well, sorry. Let me rephrase that. That was an hour after it was reported.
Yeah, well, according to Wikilia, I call it lie. They said he died on the 31st. If Tom Seaver died on the 31st, they would have been talking about it during the Mets broadcast.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I watched.
We would have had that break on Monday
today. They would have talked about it.
We would have had that on Monday. We would have broken that during the freaking show.
Real the Hill.
Yeah, Real the Hill. I wouldn't have given a shit if it was not sports related. I would have fucking broke it.
Yeah, I know. So, like I said, that's. But just the fact that
that's
baseball right now has lost one of its greatest ambassadors of just tough, hard-nosed pitching. Because I mean, there's only about a handful of people. All you guys can attest to this. There's a handful of pitchers that you could say were some of the greatest pitchers that ever took that mound. And you can't tell me Tom Seaver isn't one of them.
He definitely is.
He is.
You know, and I was just telling my mom before I came on that one time he had the highest amount for the vote for the Hall of Fame. He got in on 98.8. Yep. And at one time that was the highest. And then Ken Griffey ended up passing him, I believe. He was 99.3.
And then Mariano
got unanimous. And then Derek got 99.7 this year. So
I still want to know who the one
sad. It's been, honestly, this is, this year is really feeling like 2016 all over again because, we lost a lot of, famous people that year as well. And this year, it hasn't been any easier. David Stern on New Year's Day, Kobe Bryant, January 26th. Who's another one? Jerry Sloan, Don Shula.
Shula was recently, a big one.
Yeah, Shula to me is the maybe the second or third greatest coach ever in the NFL. I mean,
he modernized the game.
Not only that, but 33 years and you only have 2 losing seasons. That's absolutely remarkable.
I'll tell you one thing. As much as being a Jets fan and despising the Dolphins, I never disrespected or hated Don Shula. I had tremendous respect for him as a coach.
Yeah,
because that motherfucker could coach. You could give him a bag of nails and wet sand. He'd find a way to make that a winner. Because that's how good that guy was as a coach. I got nothing but respect for him. Even though he played for the shitty Dolphins, I don't care. I had respect for him.
Yeah, definitely. Then did I ever tell you guys my John Thompson story?
No. John Thompson also died a couple days ago.
Let me finish up with the Mets thing, Christian. You could say that. But the final thing is, it's like, Ronnie, I know you're a Met fan, and I know right now, every Met fan right now, if they're not shedding some kind of, emotion over this, then you're not a true Met fan. I mean, you don't have to sit here and bawl your eyes out unless you physically knew him. I didn't physically know him, but by watching him over the years on television, when I watched him pitch, I watched him pitch when he was with Cincinnati, when he pitched for the White Sox, when he threw a no-hitter against the Yankees, when he was with the White Sox. I watched that game on television just because of who it was. And I didn't tune into that game until the 7th inning when somebody said, "Oh, Seaver's got a no-hitter going." I said, "I got to watch this." And they go, "But he's not a Met anymore." And I go, "To me, he always will be a Met." And I watched the rest of that game, and I cheered for him, and I cheered for the White Sox, and I said, Come on, Tom. You need one. You need at least one. And he got it. And he got 300 wins too. That's another thing. You can't take. There's not a lot of 300 win guys there. There's not too many guys that have won 300 games. So my heart goes out to Tom Seaver's family, his friends, to all of us Met fans. Thank you, Tom. You always be Tom terrific to us. We loved you, and we'll always remember you.
Now that John says that, I hope Tom Brady doesn't take that fucking name now.
Oh, fuck. If he takes that, I'll shoot Brady
He
myself.
tried to!
Yeah, I know, and he lost. He can go fuck himself. He tries to take that name. I swear to God, he'll get run out of Tampa Bay. He'll get run out of the fucking universe if he tries to take that name again.
And we're back.
Especially now that Tom Seaver's gone. Yeah, fuck that shit.
Well,
You want me to get hostile? I'll get hostile.
He's not the one that tries to take it. The media basically called him that.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, well, now he better say, you know what? There was only one Tom Terrific, and that was Tom Seaver, not me. Fuck that. Oh, fuck. Anyway, your story, Christian?
John Thompson.
I actually met John Thompson III. I met his son in 2010. I went to the Final Four that year. It was Butler, Michigan State, West Virginia, and Duke. And I was able to get to that Final Four because I knew somebody who was playing for West Virginia at the time. And when I say, if you need to cross anything off your sports bucket list, get to a Final Four. Oh, yeah. I don't care where it is. It's one of the best events I've ever been to. Yeah, a team that I can't stand, Duke, was playing. This was actually the year when Duke won it.
Was that Jay Will?
Was that what?
Was that Jay Williams Dukes?
This was
What year?
2009, 2010.
Okay, no, was that Plumlee?
No, this was Kyle Singler.
This
was Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kyle
God.
Singler's. And this was the one when Gordon Hayward tried shooting it and it went in and bounced right out. I didn't go. I only would have went to the title game if West Virginia had won, but honestly, I didn't really need the title game. It would have been cool. But when you walk in the concourse area, this was at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. You walk into the concourse area, you see a little bit of everybody. We ran in the Bob Knight. I'm gonna let you guys think I'm gonna let you guys try to guess on how you think that went that night.
Well, I was gonna say, how was Bob on his meds?
What got thrown?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Was Bob on his meds?
He just looked like he never wanted to be bothered. I'm keeping this nice and professional. But as I'm walking, I see a guy at the corner of my eye. I'm like, wait a minute, that's John Thompson III. So he was talking to people, and I just go over there and I'm like, excuse me, coach. I'm a big fan. I've liked you for years, and I've been a big fan of your father for years as well. He goes, oh, really? He goes, thank you very much. Just polite, And I asked him, can I take a picture with you? And I took a picture with John Thompson III. I'm going to send it to you guys. And just the nicest guy. And I wasn't surprised that he was class because that's what John Thompson was, class. And, without John Thompson, I'm not introduced to my favorite NBA player of all time, Allen Iverson. I just look at the legends that he coached. Dikembe Mutombo, now in the Hall of Fame.
Patrick Ewing.
Now
in the Hall of Fame. Patrick Ewing, Hall of Fame. Iverson, Hall of Fame. And I'm sure you guys have seen Iverson's Hall of Fame speech. He had John Thompson on stage, and he said, Coach, thank you for saving my life.
Yep.
The way his players gravitated to him, that really says a lot about a coach. And look, we've all played sports. You develop a bond with a coach, no matter if it's an associate coach, an assistant coach, or a coordinator of some sort. And John just seemed to really love all his players, and he's gonna be missed. I mean, this is a hit in sports, and to be honest with you, right now, I even have the white towel over my shoulder because I knew I was coming on with you guys, so I kind of wanted to pay homage to him myself. But it's just been a down year.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, it goes by fast. I've never wanted a year to be over, and to be honest with you, I know the reason why I came on was to talk some football with you guys. I don't think this is the one year where I haven't really looked forward to football. Because it's just there's so much uncertainty surrounding the game right now. Is it gonna last? Let a few guys on one team catch this, and they're canceling this.
Well, here's the thing.
I,
Look at baseball. Look at baseball.
Right.
Baseball found a way, and it's still finding a way, even with missed games, to push through.
Right.
It's either expanded rosters, it's one thing or another. They're finding a way to push through. Football, I mean, not trying to get political, if you think about it, 90% of the owners in the NFL are very right, very Republican. They're gonna push. They're gonna get through the season some way, somehow. And my thing is how the fuck are you even thinking about bringing fans in?
Because they're Republicans.
That's the thing that I'm really.
I don't mind them.
But...
I don't mind them playing if they can do it right and everyone can be safe. That's why I'm really intrigued to see what happens with college football because that started already.
All right, so let's go right on to that one. So yeah, I was watching the Austin P game.
Wow, really?
And yeah, well, that's the only thing that was there, right?
Yeah.
So they had fans. I think it was like 20-25%.
Oh, they actually had fans in the stands. Okay, this I did not actually watch the game, so.
There were pockets of there were pockets of fans. It's like, the one person's close, this person, like people bunched up, and then there were like other pockets 6 feet apart. Nobody was up in the nosebleeds, so basically they just all bunched in that like one bleacher thing.
Yeah, the dome, the bottom bowl.
That was the Austin P.
Yeah.
Central Arkansas, it looked like they were just a regular
crowd.
It looked like they were trying to do regular stuff. And half of the people in Central Arkansas had masks on, which means they probably had them when they came in, and they took them off.
And you know what's crazy? Normally around this time, I'm gearing up. This is my first official contribution show with you guys on the new year, and it's my first full year finally being on with you guys. If you have me back.
Yeah.
Cool. Normally around this time, I know what college game I'm going to preview, and this Saturday, I don't. I think if the schedules didn't get changed, it would have been Alabama and USC. That definitely would have been one of the games. And then I think Michigan played Washington in week 1 as well. So that would have been one as well.
All I know is Notre Dame plays next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if this was.
What's this week? This week is. I have BYU
Navy.
Yeah, BYU Navy.
That's Monday. The Saturday, you're probably, if I had to guess, your biggest game out of this. It's not even a big game, really. I mean, you got Marshall, East Kentucky.
Yeah, because the ACC and the SEC don't start until late September. Like Notre Dame playing one game is like on the 12th. I'm like, holy shit, really?
Dude, SMU Texas State is a game.
Yeah, but what I saw with Austin P, with how they did that in Alabama, it had me a little worried. Because they didn't have the masks on underneath on the face masks. They had coaches with masks on, but the players just seemed to be willy-nilly. It was like, oh yeah, well they have like one test a week. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. So this is all gonna be interesting, but let's talk some football, guys.
Yeah, let's go right into that actually.
Let's do it.
All right, where do we want to go? Do we want to do any college? Because I mean, what real college?
What is there to do?
You guys, I'll be right back. All right, I gotta go up. I
We
gotta
got
go.
pros. We do have pros.
I'll be right back.
All right. And actually, where the fuck is that paperwork?
Yeah, I figure we'll do like the little stuff like that. Let John compose himself, so he's getting ready to tear the Mets a new one, if he can. And then we'll talk a little baseball. I mean, before the rants, if you want to go over the UFC card too, that's
yeah. You know what?
fine.
While John's composing himself, let's do the UFC stuff now, because the big news out of the UFC. John Jones wants to take that, and John Jones wants to take on Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I don't know. If there's a big enough paycheck, they might, because Lesnar's done with the E officially.
Yeah, Lesnar's done with the E, but that doesn't mean he's gonna go like to MMA.
If what's his name gives him enough money, he might.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Why did I rip this out? I have no fucking clue. All right, whatever.
All right.
Yeah, you want to go over the card? We can go over the card real quick while I rewrite this down. And then we can go into, because we can make our Super Bowl predictions officially.
And then there's the BMF title too.
Yes.
It looks like Masvidal's going to defend against Diaz again.
Yes.
And it looks like Tyron Woodley is going to take on Colby Covington. I seriously hope he breaks his jaw.
I was just about to say, it's a 50-50 chance he breaks his jaw again.
Dude, one of the things I do in UFC 4 if I'm doing an exhibition match, I have like whoever against Colby Covington. And I get him down on the ground and I just start beating him in the face. And I wait until it looks like he's going to stop. And then I get up.
You
let his stamina come back, and then I beat him again. And I keep doing it for 3 rounds. Keep doing it up until like the 3rd round, then I knock him out. When he's all bloody and messed up. I have never hated a fighter more than I've hated him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I know you do.
All right. So, all right, let's do the UFC thing fast, and then we'll get into, well, there ain't much to talk about with college, really.
No, college, I mean...
Yeah, and John would give me part of the Super Bowl picks anyway.
Let me ask you this. Yeah, I have your picks. Let me ask you this. Who are you taking, BYU or Navy? The spread's even right now, so it's a pick 'em.
Taking Navy.
Christian?
Navy.
I'm gonna take BYU. I think they're an extremely fundamental football team. If you watched last year was the first ever time I actually got a chance to actually break down one of their games and preview it, and I was so impressed with what I saw. They're fundamentally sound. They have a good offensive line. They want to run the football. It's almost like they just want to milk the clock, play with that time of possession, and I think that's what they're going to do against Navy.
The thing is, all right, so if they do that against Navy, you're looking at the teams possibly having maybe 6 possessions the whole game.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm kind of old school when it comes to football. Like, I know the game has changed.
I'm back.
Okay.
I know the game has changed quite a bit over the years because it's such an offensive-driven game, and it's a quarterback game. If you don't have a good quarterback, you're not going to win many football games at the end of the day. Point blank, period. And,
yeah, but Navy's quarterback is basically a running back, so
right. So I have a feeling that they're going to run the football quite a bit, and I'm thinking about previewing this game now a little bit on the website. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I gotta to echo Taz. Score if you can.
If you
get the ball. If we let you.
If we let you.
But I think
Thank God
I think it's gonna
I didn't
be.
pick a night to quit drinking.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a low scoring
And
game.
you think
But
I'm kidding? I just opened up a can of beer. I'm drinking, damn it.
I could see
All
this
right.
being. I could see this being like a
It's been a
17 to
shitty
10
day, man.
type
And
of game.
the night it just kept getting shittier, man. I needed a drink. I gotta numb this day out.
Wait, what?
I gotta numb this day out after hearing about Tom Seaver. I gotta numb my shit.
All right. Like, no. I'm just laughing that you said that, Christian. I see a low scoring game. Like, yeah.
Yeah. What? Wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm curious. What's the over under?
All right. How much time you think will elapse between, with possessions?
Oh,
I think Navy will
the
have the
fuck
ball
outta
for
here.
about maybe 10 minutes.
Get the fuck out of here. All right. Best bet. Under 55 and a half.
Oh,
Or 50,
God, under.
50 and a half. Sorry. Under.
First off, Navy plays defense.
Yeah.
So if Navy plays defense, and BYU plays some defense.
Right. So I think it's gonna be a physical game.
Completely.
I think it's gonna be and that's my type of football. I want to see the defenses get after you, and I think it's gonna be key for Navy, for BYU. They got to come in and they got to make that quarterback beat them from the pocket. That's my primary objective coming into this game. That's the game plan. I'm writing it on the board.
You can put it on the board. See ya.
See, what Navy's going to do is run, option, run,
option,
run some more.
If it's third and long, pass. Bubble screen.
Let me see. 9-10 minutes are going to go off the clock. And within that time, Navy will have the ball on the 5-yard line or something like that. So if they get a touchdown, yay, then we're doing that, or they're going to get a field goal. So then you're looking at BYU. So after Navy has elapsed like 9 to 10 minutes, now all of a sudden BYU is looking at taking their possession, to the end of the quarter, to halfway through the half. If BYU is going to do that, there are chances you could get like the long runs. Like you could get those like Navy or old school like Georgia Tech-esque runs.
Right.
Where you get the misdirection block and there you
that's what you're hoping. If that's what you're not hoping, if you're gonna bet the under, you're hoping for no breaks. Because if you get breaks, then you might be in trouble.
Yeah, well, the thing though is if they're both going to play how I think they're going to play, put 9 in a box, you're not going to get many breaks.
Exactly.
All right,
The longest run you're going to get is maybe like 12, 20 yards. That's about it.
Yeah. So. Oh. Okay. 50. It's 50. It's 50 and a half at Caesars. William Hill has it at 50. You still bet the under.
Yeah, I'm going Navy. I know
Navy's
Christian's
actually
going BYU.
Navy's actually the
BYU.
dog. Navy's actually the home dog in that game.
They're home too. I'm definitely going Navy.
I mean, no fans. It's Navy. They're used to that shit.
Yeah, Notre Dame. Apparently Notre Dame Stadium is going to try it with 20%.
I mean,
of the
listen,
fans, and I think it's a bad idea, especially when you had like 500 cases of coronavirus on your campus.
Yeah, that's a little risky because they just had a massive outbreak.
And by game time, probably we already have probably 200,000 people dead. We're at 186 right now, so we got a week and a half to go. It's a dubious number, but it's what it is.
I mean, me and you talked about this. It's a tag team partner that does it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
No. No.
The COVID basically kicks the certain things. So the tag team partner has certain things, but COVID kicks other things. And there was a scientific thing I was reading about COVID, what they do, and it's like what it does, and it like basically like works other things and puts other things in overdrive. It's ridiculous. Like they were talking about like how it mixes things like that in the lungs. So it's like, if this happens, like ventilators don't even help because it's like you're breathing through jello. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
Jesus Christ. Fuck the box! Seriously!
Yeah, yeah,
Fuck
yeah. We'll get.
the
I saw it. I
box!
saw it. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. Don't go crazy. All right. All right. So, all right. All right. You got BYU. I got Navy. Who you taking, Ronnie?
Oh, I'm taking Navy. Taking
And
Navy
John,
in
who
the
you
under.
got?
Taking Navy in the under.
John, who you got?
I kick their last.
Navy, BYU.
Maybe.
Okay.
There we go.
I just want to bring up one thing. Somebody just sent me Tom. I'm sorry to break it, but they gave me Tom Seaver's stats as a Met, all-time stats. Listen to this. He's ranks number 1 in starts with 395. He ranks number 1 in complete games with 171. He's number 1 in ERA with 2.57. He's first in strikeouts, 2,541. And the only time he finished second was OPP average. He was at 219. Tell me that that's not one of the greatest pitching lines you've ever heard for one player on one team.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just, oh, wow. I mean, I knew he was good, but I didn't realize he was that good. But, no, go ahead. So go ahead with that. Oh, we'll go on the baseball rants later.
All right, so let's get the card done. Then we'll go to the Super Bowl picks.
Yeah, John, we'll get your mind off of this. We'll do some football. We'll do some NFL next.
Yeah, and yeah. So
I do want to rant.
Oh no, trust me, I got some rants too. So I got some baseball rants too, but we'll break it up.
I mean, even if you want to do the sports ball thing after, like the NFL thing, well, yeah, we'll do that. All right, just to get you in the right. All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
So this Saturday.
Yes.
UFC Apex, of course. Overeem versus Sakai.
Finish him.
Yeah. Preliminary card. We got some nice ones in the preliminary. All right, so we start off with Colt Smith versus Hunter Azure.
Give me Hunter.
All right, who you got, Christian?
Who cares? Just pick for me.
The Canadian or the American?
Oh, that's a good question. The way you put it. Now that you put it that way.
Wait, who is it? Cole's the what?
Cole's
the American?
Cole's a Canuck. Hunter's an American.
Give me the Canadian, damn it.
Yeah, oh Canada. Oh Canada. Then we have he has to be making his debut. The undefeated Alexander Romanov versus Marcos Rogério de Lima.
You never go against the Brazilian in a small cage. Give me Lima.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Romanov. There has to be a reason he's undefeated.
Dude, this is a coin flip.
Taking on Tomato Can.
This is no, dude. They literally, the Vegas line has this literally minus 120 for Romanov and plus one and even money for Lima. He ain't no Tomato Can.
No, I'm saying how he got undefeated.
Oh yeah, so give me Lima.
Yeah, I know Lima's not a Tomato Can. I know that. I know he's on the back end of his career.
Give me Lima again. Small cage, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, give me Lima.
I'm gonna go Romanov. Who do you got, Christian?
Pick for me, Chris. This is where I trust you.
All right, Christian's gonna go Romanov. Who you got, John?
Slappy 1 or Slappy 2?
Connie, you take my picks for me.
Well, I'm going Brazilian, so yeah.
All right, this one is a total gatekeeping match. Next.
Yeah.
Viviane Araújo versus Montana De La Rosa. Now, normally, I like De La Rosa, but Araújo is fucking ridiculous. I'm going Araújo.
I was going to say, normally here I would also go De La Rosa, but no, not this time. Nope.
Yeah,
Give me-
and
give me the-
Christian's
give
going
me
to
the-
Raja.
Yeah, give me the Brazilian. It's a straight sweep.
All right. Andre Muniz versus Bartosz Fabinski.
Give me Muniz.
I'm going to go with Fabinski just because that name,
Just because
man.
that name, Fabinski.
Christian's going to go with Muniz. Why not? Christian's like, oh, God.
Nah, I was actually coming to my car. So now I'm here and I'm ready to go.
All right.
All right.
Oh, you're in your car? Damn.
In my car. Yeah, dude, I moved. So I downsized and I don't like a lot of people all in my space. So whenever I want to rant and be unfiltered, I come to my car.
That works out. That's perfect. And then people look at you. Why is that man shouting? All right, if a cop comes, run.
Yeah, and you know what?
Don't run.
If someone,
Put your hands up.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Weird, they can go scratch, which is a polite way of me telling someone to
Fuck off.
Yeah. If you see lights, if you see flashing lights, just put your hands up. Just put your hands up. Say, I ain't doing anything, sir.
I ain't do shit.
We ain't found shit.
Exactly.
I ain't doing shit. I'm outside. My house is right there. This is my car. I own it.
Exactly. And if they don't want to believe me, again, like I just said, if they don't want to believe me, they can go scratch, which is a polite way of me telling you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
okay?
Hopefully there's no neighbor that's going to call the cops for you being black in public.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I hope not either, because...
Well, I don't know where you live, so...
Well, that's true. All right, next fight.
No, it's like, where do you live in Chicago?
I'm in a town called... So I'm in a suburb. It's like maybe about 40 minutes away from Chicago. I was in a suburb called Plainfield when I was before I moved, and it's racist as fuck out there.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, are you in like a complex or?
Yeah, I'm in an apartment complex. When I tell you I downsized significantly, like it's smaller, but it's still spacious at the same time, if that makes sense. So
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So basically you're in a big parking lot. You're good.
Yeah, I'm in a parking lot. So
you're good. You're off the road.
You're not and here's somebody walking right now looking at me, and I'm gonna do like Will Smith said on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Just mind your business. Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Back off. Mind your business.
Yeah,
just mind your fucking business.
That man might come on a list on Monday.
Oh God, dude. I'm sorry. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I just still have that thing in my head from Botchamania when they're like, when they have Uncle Phil like, story, and then it's like the new version, and he's just like, and you see CFO $, and you see the panoramic, the establishing view of the house. Jazz gets thrown out the door.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. All right. Main card. Thiago Moises takes on Jalen Turner.
Give me Turner.
Yeah, I'm going Turner.
I'm going Turner.
Yeah. Brian Kelleher takes on Kevin Natividad.
The first one, because I can't pronounce the second one.
I have a feeling it's a gatekeeping match. I'm going to go Natividad.
Okay.
And Christian's going to take Natividad.
Yep.
Oh, shit, Mr. Capoeira. Michel Pereira takes on Zelim Imadiev. Yeah. Imadiev. I'm going to go with Pereira because...
Yeah, Pereira, definitely.
Well, Pereira is going to be all over the place. And unless Imadiev decides to do the Diego Sanchez get kicked in the nuts thing, I don't think he's going to win. You like water.
Yep. Energy.
All right. Then we have Sajara Eubanks taking on Caro Rosa. I'm going Rosa.
Rosa, yeah.
And we have the co-main event. Finally, Owen St. Preux takes on Alonzo Menafield. Owens had to pull out due to COVID a couple shows ago.
Yep.
They're back, and I'm still taking Alonzo Menafield.
Yes, Sam.
And Christian will take Carol Rosa and Alonzo Menafield. And the main event. How much left? How much does Alistair Overeem have left in the tank?
This is his 65th match.
Yeah, and he's taken on heavyweight newcomer who's rising up the things, who's rising up Augusto Sakai. I have a feeling this might be a little bit of a gatekeeping fight, but I'm taking Sakai.
Yeah, this is his 65th fight. Overeem's still favored, and
Yeah.
I don't want to take. I would not take. I would not put money on Overeem. Give me Sakai.
Because the biggest problem is Overeem now is taking on guys with like ridiculous, knockout power.
I was gonna say, remember, this. We're talking about a guy who got his lip split wide open like a fucking can of corn.
Yeah, and then you're talking, with the Rosenstrike?
Yeah, with the 30 seconds left.
He didn't get that against Ngannou. Ngannou just put him out.
Yeah, but no, was it Rosenstrike or was it,
Rosenstrike split his lip.
That's right. I was gonna say, I thought it was, not St. Pierre, fucking, what was his name? What was I trying to think of? The guy that went into wrestling, for Saudi. Oh, the Santos. I thought Junior did that to him too.
No, the Santos did not do that. That was all Rosenstrike.
Yeah, I remember that. All right.
Yeah. So that is that. All right. So breaking news: the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have claimed Leonard Fournette off waivers.
Of course, Tampa Bay needs more fucking weapons. Still,
It doesn't matter if they can't play defense.
I was gonna say it's not changing my pick though.
Neither. All right, this is our Super Bowl picks. Here we go.
Yes. All right. So.
Oh, so quick! Christian has to catch up.
Yeah. So. All right. So
you need your division champs and your wild cards, Christian.
My division champs. When I look at the NFC, you know what? I'm gonna start with the AFC first. In the AFC North, I'm taking Baltimore. I just think across the board, their defense is always going to hold it together. You know, they get Calais Campbell. They have Derek Wolfe. You have Matthew Judon. That's a pretty formidable big three up there in that front seven. I just want to see what their secondary does now.
Wait, hold on. I didn't know that Baltimore got Calais Campbell.
Yeah, they traded for him in March.
My God. All right, so this runs fuel to the fire while I had Jacksonville going.
Right. So, Calais gives them a veteran. Think about it.
Oh, yeah.
All those years with Baltimore in that front seven, they had Ray Lewis. Then Ray passed those keys to Terrell Suggs, and Suggs was the leader for a couple of years until Matthew Judon came along. And now Calais Campbell, he's going to be a heart and soul type of guy, I think. I think those young veterans are really going to learn from him, and he's a big force. He's 6'7" or 6'8", great first step, good movement up front to just really bully offensive linemen. But I'm taking Baltimore to win this division. I don't think they'll be as strong as they were last year, 14-2, but I have a feeling they'll make some noise again. And what does Lamar Jackson do for an encore? He really took the league by storm last year. Obviously, blowing away everybody. He got hot. He never took his foot off the gas. But now, this is his second full year of starting. Teams have tape on him. So I just want to see, can he develop as a passer? And I think he can. But I think the key for Baltimore this year is going to be Mark Ingram. He's a veteran. He brings that championship pedigree and that experience. And to be honest with you, if anything is going to put the Ravens over the top, I think they need one more piece, and they need a true number one wide receiver, because right now they don't have that.
All right. So, all right, keep going your division champs because you have to catch up because we already have ours.
In the AFC East, I like the Patriots. Look, I had
Oh.
Buffalo winning. I had Buffalo winning this division. But when New England made that move to get Cam Newton, Bill Belichick pretty much signed himself up for another 11-win season. And if Cam can just stay focused, if he can stay focused, if he can thrive, and if he can just stay true to himself, the Patriots are going to have a good year. Let's think about it. For the last 2 decades, they haven't really had a quarterback as dynamic with the skill set of Cam Newton. So he's going to come in. He can move that pocket. He can make throws on the run. He can make things happen with his feet. I think they're going to get back to running the football. It's going to be like 2003, 2004. They just need Cam to not lose the football game. They're going to get Sony Michel the ball. Julian Edelman will be Julian Edelman. But I really want to see how N'Keal Harry develops as
what about all the people that opted out?
Yeah, you know what?
What about what defense? I was gonna say what defense.
Look. Yeah. I know their defense wasn't gonna be as strong as what it was last year, but Belichick is gonna find a way. Nobody is better at plugging players in and getting the best out of them, other than Bill Belichick. And I'm gonna give you the perfect memory of this. Remember when Brady was suspended those first 4 games in 2016? Jimmy gets hurt in that second game. Jacoby Brissett comes in, and New England doesn't miss a beat. So if anybody is built for this moment, it's Bill Belichick. But I like New England to win the AFC East.
All right, do you have any wild cards coming out of the AFC East?
I think Buffalo. I'm gonna have Buffalo as one of my wild cards. I'll get into those, but so I'm just doing division winners right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Christian, just so we can keep this moving. Just we'll go through explanation later. Just list them off because we're gonna literally go through our division games and stuff like that. So we'll tell you what we have.
The AFC South, I have the Indianapolis Colts. I'm really high on them this year. AFC West, I have the Kansas City Chiefs.
Of course.
And the NFC, I think is so wide open. I look at the NFC North. I have Green Bay winning that division again, and I'll get into why I have them winning that division. NFC East, I have the Dallas Cowboys winning that division.
Oh boy, there's a fight.
I have the Cowboys winning that division. In the NFC South, I have the New Orleans Saints, and I'll get into why I have them winning that division. In the NFC West, I think San Francisco does it again. I'm kind of up in the air on that because Seattle could win it if they consistently run the ball, but I'm going to lean towards San Francisco right now.
All right, so who are your wild cards?
It's 3 wild cards this year, right?
Yep.
Right, 3 wild cards every
So for the AFC.
Conference.
My 3 wild cards in the NFC, I'm going to say it's Philly. I'm going to say it's Seattle. And then my 3rd wild card, I'm going to say is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then the AFC...
Damn, you just shit all over the North.
And then the AFC, I have Buffalo, I have Pittsburgh, and if they can stay healthy, that final playoff spot can go to one of, in my opinion, 3 teams. It can go to the Los Angeles Chargers, it can go to the Tennessee Titans, or it can go to the Denver Broncos. But right now, I'm gonna lean toward the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh no, you already said Pitt.
I'm gonna lean toward. All right, I said Buffalo, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean toward the Chargers.
All right, so
I'll go through everything. So, John, I'm gonna need your not your list, but I'm gonna need you to number off who you have what. So
I don't remember what.
I have it right here. All right, so for your AFC, I need for your division winners, you have Buffalo, Baltimore, Houston, Kansas City.
Yeah.
I just need to know in what order, like, do you have, like, 1 through 4? Like, where do you see them ending? Like, Kansas City winning the whole, like, being the number 1 seed. What seeds do you have?
Kansas City's number 1 all the way.
Okay.
Yeah, Kansas City number 1 seed.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna even just write you down, Chris, for that.
Yeah, Kansas City your number 1 seed, Christian?
Yeah. I think, yeah. Here's my thing. I really don't think they care where they get in. Just as long as they get in, and they'll ride that roller coaster all the way to the AFC Championship game. They didn't need the number 1 seed last year. It was Baltimore. Kansas City was the 2 seed last season. But I really think if they want to establish dominance, force teams to come to Arrowhead in January when it's cold, and maybe fans will be in the stands at that time. But Arrowhead's a tough place to play.
See, the difference is now is they don't have to play a third game if they get the 1 seed.
Well, the other thing teams don't have to worry about is playing in Arrowhead is that it's not going to be ridiculously packed.
Yeah, right. John, your next one you have your 2nd seed. You have between Baltimore, Houston, or Buffalo.
Buffalo.
My number 2 seed.
Then Houston, and then you know what. So
my number 2 seed is Baltimore.
Yeah.
Say that again. Do you have Baltimore?
Yeah, number 2 seed Baltimore.
Yep.
Yep. I have Baltimore as the 2 seed too. Christian, Baltimore?
Actually, I don't. I actually have the Indianapolis Colts as my number 2 seed. I'm pretty high on this team. And a few weeks ago, I just interviewed a beat writer, and the optimism surrounding this football team is at an all-time high. Phillip Rivers has come in, from what I was told, and he was and he told me that he's just been a breath of fresh air within this organization. And Michael Pittman said he's learned more from Phillip Rivers within a span of 2 months than he has throughout his entire football experience. So that really says a lot about the quarterback. And Phillip has a former quarterback in his ear in Frank Wright. So I think, I really think that Indianapolis is going to be that 2 seed. I think if things kind of pan out, Indianapolis, they could be the biggest threat to Kansas City in the AFC. They always seem to play the Chiefs the toughest.
All right. Christian,
I don't even have Indianapolis in the playoffs.
I actually changed it. I have Indy at 3. I took out Houston.
Yeah, Houston's done.
Chris, your other 2 guys you had was Tennessee and Buffalo.
Tennessee's number 3. These Titans got a defense plus Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill, and those receivers are nothing to scoff at either.
And then Christian, you have Baltimore, then Pats.
I'm gonna give it to Baltimore here. I think, Baltimore, they're going to be gritty this year, but the big question mark is, can Lamar beat you from the pocket? We know what he can do with his legs. Now, Can he be that guy and fling the football down the field? Only time can tell, and I think he's going to live up to it, and he's coming in with a big chip on his shoulder, but I like Baltimore's defense. I think John Harbaugh is one of the 4 best coaches in the NFL. That defense is always going to be one of the 5 best in the league. So put me down for Baltimore as the number 3 seed in the AFC.
And then 4, like we talked about before, for you is the Pats. All right, John, your wild card for the AFC. You have Pittsburgh, Indy, and Denver.
Okay.
So I need your 5, 6, and 7. So where do you have those? What seeds do you have those at?
I can't even think straight right now with that. I don't know. I really not thinking straight with it. I can't. I have no clue right now. Just put him in it. I mean, it doesn't matter where.
It does for. The only reason I say that is because it does for matchups. That's the only reason why I say that.
Like I said, I really can't. I'm really not thinking clearly with it. I have really no clue. Come back to me. Come back to me.
All right, Chris, you have Cleveland, Denver, and L.A.
All right. Let me see. The highest seed wild card is going
Yeah.
to be LA.
Even though they
Then
just announced Tyrod Taylor, by the way, as your starter.
he's not going to start by this point.
No, they already announced it.
I'm saying he's not going to start by the point in the playoffs. So don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be Justin Herbert all over the place.
Your second.
I mean, if you don't think so, no.
Your second highest seed.
All right. So, yeah, LA is going to be the highest wild card seed. Second one will be Denver, and then Cleveland. Yeah, I didn't have the Colts or the Pats making the playoffs.
Damn.
Well, that defense, I mean, Cam can't score all those points. And if that defense doesn't hold up for New England, like, they're screwed. See, as much as I want to believe the Philip Rivers Kool-Aid, Indy did have people opt out that are on defense. I'm pretty sure. And also, I don't know how it's going to work with that. And also,
with what? Who, with Indy?
Yeah. And the
you
thing
know,
is,
here's my thing on Indy. They really, I think, bulked up that defense because now you have Xavier Rhodes, you have a number one corner. I think that was their biggest problem the last couple years was the issues in the secondary. I was really hoping that the Colts would go out and get Jamal Adams, but they decided not to because they're really high on Malik Hooker. Indy's defense, I think, has a chance to be really good because you have Darius Leonard, and now you add Eric Armstead, who's in the prime of his career, and he's a top-notch quality pass rusher. You look at Colts' defenses from the past, when they've been able to succeed, what's been the key? They've been able to consistently rush the passer, and that's why they bought DeForest in. DeForest Buckner, not Eric Armstead. I got my 49ers confused. But
the thing with Tennessee, with me anyway, with Tennessee is Tennessee can be able to control the ball, and also nobody has shown in the AFC South to be able to stop Derrick Henry.
No, and you know what? You don't have to stop Derrick Henry. He's going to get his by any means necessary. You do what Kansas City did last year. You sit on the line of scrimmage and you push him back. Only let Derrick Henry get 2 to 3 yards per carry. I'm a former defensive player, and that would be my plan of attack.
Yeah. And
when playing the Tennessee Titans. So now it's put up or shut up for Ryan Tannehill.
Right, but also Tennessee also has that defense.
And you know what? I'm actually going to make a switch to my wild card. I'm actually going to put take out Denver and put I had the Chargers.
Well, you haven't. I was gonna say you haven't put in your seeding yet. So just tell me what you got.
Well, for the first seed, I have Pittsburgh. When they're healthy,
I have converted another one to Titanism.
Look, when they're healthy and they're establishing James Conner, you bought in Minkah Fitzpatrick last year for half the season. He can come in now and really have a full impact. I think he can pull off winning Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh yeah,
because the Steelers haven't had an impact player on defense like this probably since Troy Polamalu. And where's he going? The Hall of Fame. So now you add that. Hopefully Juju has those number one jitters out his system and he can just play football. You know, hopefully Pittsburgh can stay healthy, but the difference maker is Ben Roethlisberger. He's been here, he's done it, and when he's healthy, good things happen. So that's my number one wild card.
What happens if he goes out?
Then they're going to have to try and play like they did last year. They're going to have to go back to running the football. Yeah.
No, because I had this argument with Ronnie. I was like, what happens when Ben Roethlisberger gets injured? And Ronnie's like, well, they got to run the ball forever.
I mean, I have Pitt and I have Pitt as my 5, Denver as my 6, Tennessee as my 7.
Well, I have Pittsburgh as my 5, I have Tennessee as my 6, and I have Buffalo as my 7.
Man,
Look,
y'all have no faith in the Browns at all.
no, I don't.
No, new coach. New coach. I have no faith. They're gonna get smoked by fucking Baltimore. I
New
have a feeling.
coach. They have a year with Kareem Hunt now and Nick Chubb, Odell and the other. Oh my God, the other one. Oh my God, what the hell's his goddamn name? Forgot his name.
Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, Landry. Odell and Landry. The Cleveland defense is still decent. All they got to do is figure out how to get that Baker to get the ball to the playmakers, and they're gold.
You know, my issue with Baker Mayfield sometimes, he kind of reminds me a little bit of a modern day Jay Cutler. And I don't mean that on the field. I mean that in his body language. Because sometimes Baker just looks like he doesn't care. And that's the concern that I kind of have with it. But I will say this. He did show some qualities of leadership after the incident with Myles Garrett. He spoke out and he said, look, we can't be doing that here.
Right. And see, that's the other thing is that the defense, that Cleveland defense could really hold people. I think Cleveland is going to be better than advertised.
Yep.
And when Ben Roethlisberger goes out, you got prayer.
Yeah,
Well, I'll say
I
this.
mean, they were going to be. Listen, also too, if this whole thing was in like what it was last year, Pittsburgh was that 7th playoff team, and that was with Ben being out.
Yeah, but you know what? I think what ended up hurting the Steelers in the end last year was they didn't have leadership toward the end of the year. And having your veterans in the crunch part of the season where everything is on the line, it really does make a difference. And they didn't have that last year. And I'm going to tell you, what really exposed the Pittsburgh Steelers was that game against Buffalo last year. And I just had to make a choice. Which quarterback did I trust more coming into that game? Was it Josh Allen or was it Duck Hodges? I don't trust Ducks. So I went Josh Allen. And then Pittsburgh, I think they took the Jets a little too lightly a week later. And then they ended up losing to a Ravens team who really had nothing to play for at that time because everything was pretty much clinched up, sealed up and secured for them. So they really did miss Ben toward the end. They were on a nice little run last year. I will say that much because they got back to playing the football that they did in 2004 and 2005. Heavy emphasis on the running game, and the quarterback just didn't have to lose the game. Just take care of the ball. Let James Conner run the ball. Let the offensive line provide some pressure. Let the offensive line provide you with the clean pockets to throw from, and let the defense take care of the rest.
Well,
Alrighty.
I'll tell you right now, not taking the focus off of this, but you know who's feeling the heat right now? Milwaukee Bucks.
All right.
The Heat just beat them on free throws with 0.0 seconds left on the clock.
All right.
Oh, well.
By 2. All right, John, did you want to give your
Give me my teams again, and I'll just give me them one at a time.
All right, Pittsburgh,
Second.
Indy.
How many teams are there? 5 I got to pick?
Well, 3. You got. This is just for the AFC. You have Indy. Okay, and then Denver's top. Okay, that's.
Yeah.
All right, now for the NFC. So I have Seattle as your number 1 seed, New Orleans as 2, Philly as 3, Chicago at 4, San Francisco
Man,
at 5.
y'all are on the Bears, and I don't even get it.
Frisco at 5, Dallas at 6, and sorry. Yeah, no, God damn it, I wrote it in wrong. Green Bay at 6, Dallas at 7.
Who's next
All right.
for me?
Who are my division champions?
Your division champions, Chris, are Philly, Green Bay, New Orleans, Seattle.
All right, Green Bay is number 1 seed. Number 2
And
seed.
you get on me, about Chicago.
You know why? Because Chicago is Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles.
Dude,
I'm going with the bad man.
with no receivers.
Hold on. I'm going with the bad man who now has a tight end, who also has a running back, now also has wide receivers that he's comfortable with. Let me see. The first year in the new offensive system took Green Bay to the NFC title game. And oh yeah, Green Bay also has a defense. And also the mystique of playing in Lambeau Field. So yeah, I'm gonna take Green Bay number 1 seed.
For me, the NFC is such a toss-up because it just seems like any team that gets hot from maybe November all the way to December is the team that's going to end up getting that 1 seed. And let's be realistic here. None of us saw the San Francisco 49ers getting that top seed in the NFC. They got hot, and I was concerned about them for a little bit of time.
I have my thing on that. San Francisco took full advantage of a weak schedule.
True. But you know what? I think this team is poised, and they're gonna play another team with another chip on their shoulder. And I know I've been saying that a lot, but they felt they should have won that Super Bowl last year. And I know the memory of that is still sitting in the back of these guys' heads. So I'm gonna give God, this is such a toss up, but right as of now, I'm gonna put San Francisco at the number 1 seed. But the only thing I'm concerned about with is what are they gonna do to replace the production of Emmanuel Sanders? He was more than just a football player. I think his overall impact came in as a leader. He really mentored those young wide receivers. And here's my thing about Emmanuel as a football player on the field. He just knows his role. He stays in his lane, and he knows now he's not a number 1 wide receiver at this point. He knows he's a number 2.
Oh my God. I thought you were going to say he knows his role and shuts his mouth. Sorry. All right. So I got. All right. So you got San Francisco. All right. I got Green Bay. Green Bay is my number 1. Who are my other choices here?
Philly, New Orleans, and Seattle.
I'm gonna have New Orleans as number 2.
Okay.
Seattle number 3, Philly number 4. And then my wild cards. Oh fuck.
Yeah, you have Dallas, Minnesota, San Francisco.
All right, Frisco is going to be my highest. Fucking Christ, Frisco is going to go to Philly.
Yep.
Dallas. No, it's going to be Frisco, Minnesota, Dallas.
Okay. Christian.
That's that.
Go through yours real quick, and then I'll go to John, and so we can do everything at once.
My number 2 seed, I'm gonna give it to the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is gonna play pissed off this year, and I think he and Devontae Adams are gonna make magic happen. And Green Bay's defense is also really good, but the only concern I have about the Packers offense is after Devontae Adams, after Aaron Jones, and after Aaron Rodgers, who's that other weapon that they could depend on? They have potential. They have guys that can scratch the surface and touch the ceiling, but they're not consistent enough. It's going to have to be Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He has the potential. He's 6'4" or 6'5", long, lanky receiver. So if he can step up and be that other weapon that Aaron Rodgers can look down the field to turn to when Devontae Adams is gone, or not gone, but when he's locked up down the field, the Packers, I think, are in for a fun year. Defensively, everybody's coming back, just about. The Smith Bros will be back. Kevin King will be back. That's secondary, but Green Bay has to do a better job when it comes to stopping the run. If they can do that, this is a team I don't want to see in the NFC. So that's my 2 seed. My 3 seed is going to be the Dallas Cowboys. When healthy, this is a group that's tough to beat. Zeke, Dak, and Dak is and Dak, he's playing on that franchise tag, and I don't blame the Cowboys for not giving him a long-term deal because they want to see what he can do under a new head coach. Remember, this is Mike McCarthy's show right now. Defensively, I love what the Cowboys have done. They signed Everson Griffin, so you have him. You have the DeMarcus Lawrence. You still have Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch, and hopefully that Dallas secondary is going to be better this year. That's what I think either ends up making or breaking the Dallas Cowboys this year. My 4 seed. Wait, who do I have? So I have my 4 seed is going to be damn it, I lost track. My 4 seed is going to be the New Orleans Saints. I think Dallas and New Orleans are going to kind of battle and teeter-totter for that 4th spot, for that 3rd or 4th spot in the NFC. Look, I trust the Saints come regular season, but playoff time, it's a whole different ball game with them because you bottle up Kamara, you bottle up Michael Thomas, you beat the New Orleans Saints. This is why
completely.
that guy. What'd you say?
Oh, completely.
Yeah,
that's why I have New Orleans where I have them, but that's the regular season.
Right. This is exactly why they went out and got Emmanuel Sanders. Now, my 3 NFC wild cards. 5, I have Seattle. Russell Wilson, he's coming off the best year of his career, and he's in the prime of his career right now. He's 31 years old. That's when the prime of a quarterback begins. DK Metcalf, he reminds me a lot of Terrell Owens. He has that physique, that build, and the way he moves down the field is just, it's unmatched.
You don't have the hands, though.
I mean,
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
he does not have the hands.
But I'm really looking forward to seeing the Seattle defense. I just wonder what they do to replace Jadeveon Clowney because he was their source of a pass rush. But now you have Bobby Wagner, who I think could win Defensive Player of the Year this year. And you have Jamal Adams. He wanted out. He got out. They're my first wild card in the NFC. Who are my other 2?
Wait, who'd you put in?
I had Seattle as my first wild card.
Okay, Seattle, and then you got Tampa Bay and Philly.
Yeah, I'm going to put Tampa, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm going to put Tampa at 6. I think this team is kind of getting a little too much hype. I know why, because they do have a legendary quarterback, but I don't trust Tampa Bay's offensive line. And I look at their schedule, and they play the Saints in week 1. I know they play the Chargers. They play Green Bay. They play the Bears. They play the Rams. They play Denver. And they play Kansas City. And guess what all those teams have in common?
Wait, what? Who they play?
I just listed a bunch of teams on their schedule because I'm looking at it right now. They play, obviously, New Orleans in week 1. They play the Chargers 1 week. They play Denver 1 week. They play the Bears. They play the Packers. They play the Rams. And they play the Kansas City Chiefs. Guess what all those teams I listed just have in common?
What?
They have pass rushers. They have pass rushers. They have guys who can consistently collapse the quarterback's pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Get pressure. So this isn't going to be all fun and games for Tom Brady. If Tampa couldn't protect crab legs, what makes you think they could protect the 43-year-old?
There it is.
All right, John.
This is why I don't have Tampa in the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Philly, and then, I have Philly. It came down to Philly or Minnesota for me in the NFC. I have Philly in that final wild card spot. When Philly gets on a run, they're a difficult team to beat. I just saw what they were able to do last year before they were shut down by the Seattle Seahawks in the wild card round. But if Carson can stay healthy, Miles Sanders, I think, is an underrated running back. If the weapons can stay healthy, Alshon, Ertz, Deshaun Jackson, This is a fun team to watch. This is a team you don't want to see.
You're forgetting the dangerous rookie. When he comes back, Jalen Reagor.
Yeah, and him too.
Oh yeah. Then we also have Jalen Hurts. So Carson gets spelled because we are going to use Jalen.
Yeah. All right, John. So I'm just gonna list off. Just go 1 through 4 for this one. You got Philly, Chicago, New Orleans, San Francisco.
Chicago's number 1.
What?
Just let them go.
Now that you've made me fucking deaf.
Sorry. I'm just like, what?
Who else? What else?
You have San Francisco, Philly, and New Orleans.
Philly's number 2, San Francisco number 3, and then that's it.
Fifth, and then New Orleans number 4. All right, in your wild cards, you have Green Bay, Seattle, and Carolina.
Green Bay.
And then Seattle, then Carolina.
Yes.
I was gonna say. I would have gotten on you if you told me that Carolina was going to be anything higher than a 7 seed. even
Chicago number 1 seed. I'm like, God damn! You must really believe in Khalil Mack.
All right, so playoffs. So I'm just gonna go through right now. So first round, I have Baltimore versus Tennessee, Indy versus Denver, and Buffalo versus Pitt for the AFC. And I think you get a repeat, and I think Tennessee beats Baltimore. Indy beats Denver because it's going to be in Indy, and Buffalo upsets Pittsburgh.
Okay, so what are mine here?
You got Baltimore versus Cleveland, Tennessee versus Denver, and Buffalo versus the Chargers.
All right. Baltimore beats Cleveland. Sorry, Cleveland, you're not ready yet. Then who's the other ones?
Tennessee, Denver.
Titans.
And then
Buffalo and the Chargers, right?
Yep.
This is which means the Chargers are on the road. But I am still in the middle of the winter going to take Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
All right.
Joey Bosa, man.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the only reason. But then you have them meeting the Chiefs.
That's the end of them. Yeah, sorry, Joey Bosa's not going to touch Patty Mahomes.
What did I say? I said I had...
sorry.
I had it pretty much chalk. So I would have... Oh, no, I had Pittsburgh beating Buffalo. Sorry. So I have Baltimore versus Indy, and then KC versus Pittsburgh for my second round. Christian, you have Indy versus Buffalo. This is your first round.
Okay.
Indy versus Buffalo. Who you gonna take?
I would take the Colts. I just think the veteran experience of Phillip Rivers that would really come in handy, and Indy I think could turn that into a physical football game. Indy has an offensive line. I think it would come down to the battle of the trenches. I think it would come down to who would run the football better.
Yep. All right. Baltimore versus Tennessee.
Wow, we're getting a repeat again.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's tough. This could go either way, but I would it seems like every time I pick Baltimore to win a playoff game, guess what? They don't. So I'm gonna go with the opposite. I'm gonna go with the opposite side of the spectrum. I think Tennessee would get them again. That same game plan. Pound Derrick Henry, spread those wide receivers out, force the Ravens to load the box up, and go from there.
And then final first round for the AFC, you have the Pats versus Pittsburgh.
Oh, just like old times, huh? Ben Roethlisberger, Cam Newton.
Yeah. It doesn't really. It's not like old times anymore.
Nah, but you got what I meant. Shut up.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, okay. This one could go either way as well. But look, Belichick always just seems to hit that switch come playoff time, and I'll never go against Bill Belichick in the playoffs. I've done it a handful of times, and they've lost. But I just, I think that New England still ends up being that kryptonite in Ben Roethlisberger's side. So I would take New England.
All right, John, for you, I'm just gonna give you the games. Just pick who you think is gonna win. You have Buffalo versus Indy.
Buffalo.
Okay. You have Houston versus Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
And then Baltimore versus Denver.
Denver.
Okay. All right, we'll do the AFC first. We'll finish that. So I have KC versus Pittsburgh. Yeah, Patty Mahomes.
Yeah.
And then I have Baltimore versus Indy. I think Jackson got the monkey off his back. I think Baltimore's advancing.
All right. Who do I got here?
You have KC versus Chargers. KC.
Oh yeah, KC versus the Chargers, right?
And then you have a repeat in Baltimore versus Tennessee.
Woo! Here we go. All right. Sorry, Joey Bosa, you're not touching Patty Mahomes. KC cruises.
Yeah, obviously.
I think Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson get revenge.
Yeah, so like I said,
They find a way that they bottle up Derrick Henry, make sure he doesn't get loose. I think a key interception helps them, and Lamar Jackson doesn't. How can I put it? When Lamar Jackson ran all over the place, and then when he finally stopped and tried to throw the ball, that's when they had problems.
Yeah.
Nope, it's going to be straight up diet of just feeding your face.
The difference is too. The big thing is too is you're still in Baltimore, so who knows what the fucking temperature is going to be by then too.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though, it's going to be a straight-up diet of punches in the mouth this time.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a black and blue match. Christian?
Because they lost when they started throwing the football. They're going to keep punching it in the face.
Christian, how your playoff matchup for the AFC comes around is still beyond me. So you have Kansas City versus Tennessee.
Woo!
Okay.
As your first. And you have Indy versus the Pats.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna take Kansas City. Yeah, I think they look. I think they will punch Tennessee in the mouth once again. If there's another team in the AFC that can give Kansas City a run for their money, I do feel it is Tennessee because they can slow the football game down. But I just think in the end, it's going to be too much of that offense. And I said it last year in the AFC Championship game. My key for Tennessee was, does that secondary have enough to keep up with everybody? They don't. You double one guy, someone else is going to get the benefit of being freely open down the field. And I think that would be the case again.
Yep. And then, the old school rivalry in the Pats versus Indianapolis.
I would take the Indianapolis Colts in that one. I think this is a game where the Colts pass rushers will come in. They try to keep Cam in that pocket. They'll do everything to neutralize Edelman. They'll force the Patriots to run the football. They'll force Sony Michel to beat them. And I just think, this is the one time where Phillip Rivers finally gets over the hump and finally beats the Patriots.
Because they don't have Tom Brady.
John,
all right.
hold on, John, for you have KC versus Pittsburgh.
KC.
And you have Buffalo versus Denver.
Denver.
Okay. All right, for the AFC Championship game. Chris, me and you are in the same boat. We both got Baltimore versus KC.
Oh boy, sorry, Lamar. Patty Mahomes goes back to the Super Bowl
Yep.
because KC's more complete than Baltimore.
I am in agreement. Christian, you have KC versus Indy.
Exactly. I knew this is what it would come down to for me.
You fucking homer.
No, shut up. Shut that shit up. I look. I think Indianapolis has a chance to really be that biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs because, just like I said with Tennessee, they can slow it down. I think they just match up with Kansas City really well. Look at how they played the Kansas City Chiefs last year. Indy came in, punched them in the mouth. That physical offensive line dominated the trenches in the line of scrimmage. And I think it would be that type of game again. But look, Kansas City, they're in the business of collecting rings. And I just think right now, look, they didn't re-sign the core of their team just to win divisions and just to get to the playoffs. It's championships or bust. And I like the Kansas City Chiefs to win the AFC Championship again.
Yeah. $500 million man. John, you have KC versus Denver.
Gee, do you really have to answer that?
Yeah, I have to ask. Good old Patty Mahomes.
If you would have pulled out Denver, I think I might have had a heart attack.
All right. So for the NFC, John, I'll start with you since we'll go back in old order. So, all right, Philly versus Carolina.
Philly.
San Francisco versus Seattle. That, I don't give a shit. That's going to be a fucking hell of a game.
That's a 4.
San Francisco.
Number 3.
New Orleans versus Green Bay. There's a war, too.
Green Bay.
Okay. You have oh, God, you have a black and blue matchup. Holy shit. All right, Christian. Green Bay versus Philly. In the frozen tundra.
Give me Green Bay. I'll never really go up against Green Bay in the playoffs at home with that weather, those frigid conditions, and to be honest with you, I really don't trust Carson Wentz. So, I'm just gonna take it for what it is. I just think Green Bay, they'll feed off home field, and that's how it's gonna be.
Dallas versus Tampa Bay.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna take Dallas in this one. I think Dallas. More experience. A lot of these guys on Tampa haven't been to the playoffs. Yeah, the Brady factor definitely helps, but
oh God, Skip Bayless is gonna be incorrigible if that happens.
Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna take Dallas. I just look. I don't trust Tampa's defense to stop the run. Dallas is one of the best teams in the league when it comes to running the football, and defensively for Dallas, they have pass rushers. So beware, Tom.
Yep. And then finally, the team that would go up against San Francisco, New Orleans versus Seattle.
Wow. This would be a dogfight, I think.
Yeah.
This really would. Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, second time actually meeting in the NFL playoffs. They did in 2013, the year when Seattle won the Super Bowl. But, I would look at this game. Seattle would have to control the clock to keep Drew Brees and that offense on the sideline. Now, I'm worried about Seattle's secondary outside of Jamal Adams because can they keep Michael Thomas in front of them? That's the question that I think everybody wants to know. No, they can't. Because what's Michael Thomas's Twitter handle? Can't guard Mike. Can't nobody guard Michael Thomas. He's the best wide receiver in the NFL for a reason. I think this would be close, but I think Seattle would beat them by a field goal. I think it's going to be another heartbreaking loss for the Saints. And then now the Saints might have to end up breaking this thing up.
Damn.
Yep.
All right.
Chris, for you, you have New Orleans, Dallas. Do I even have to fucking ask that question?
New Orleans at Dallas, right?
No, it's
Dallas at New Orleans.
At New Orleans, yeah.
All right. Nolans is going to win this game because they're happy they don't got to see the Vikings in the dome. And Dak. Wait. Dak Prescott. What does he do in big games? He chokes.
Turns into Lindsay
I will
Lohan on a
take
Saturday.
Drew over Dak any day of the week.
Turns into Lindsay Lohan on a Saturday night.
And also, nobody on Dallas can guard Michael Thomas.
All right. So next you have Seattle versus Minnesota.
Seattle versus Minnesota, right?
Yep.
Or is it?
It's in Seattle.
In Seattle. Whew, this is gonna be a tough one. I'm gonna go with an upset. I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings because they always tend to do good in wild card, and Minnesota's defense got better with the addition of Yannick Ngakoue.
Yeah, that helps.
Also Dalvin Cook. And I've said before, they lost Stephon Diggs, but they can find another person to, replace Stephon Diggs, because as long as they have Adam Thielen, he's gonna draw double coverage anyway.
Yep. And then finally, for your last one is Philly, San Francisco.
How do you spell Jimmy Garoppolo? F-R-A-U-D. Philly.
Okay. For me...
I do not believe in the quarterback supermodel. Nope.
For me...
He showed me nothing in the Super Bowl.
So, I have New Orleans versus Dallas. I'm taking New Orleans. I have Philly versus Green Bay. I have Philly beating Green Bay.
Well, Philly always does good in the Tundra.
No, it's not in the Tundra. This is in Philly.
Oh, all right.
Remember, I have Philly winning the division. I have Philly winning the division. Green Bay winning the wild card.
Oh, okay, fly Eagles fly.
Yep. Chicago loses to San Francisco.
Well, so much for that, division win.
Yeah, so I have Seattle taking on San Francisco. So, there's that. So, all right, John, your second round match. You have Chicago versus Green Bay.
Chicago.
Man, I need to know what the hell superpower you see in Chicago.
And Philly versus San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christian. San Francisco versus Seattle.
Oh wow, that's gonna be a dogfight.
It's in San Fran. Yep, I was just about to say that too. Well, wait. So hold on. This is the other thing we got to remember. As of right now, we're expecting these games to be on home field. They might be in a bubble.
They might be in a bubble. And I'm sorry. I do not believe in Jimmy G. I do not.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying, remember, we are picking, I have to specify that when I put it online. We are picking that they are going to be at home in their stadium.
All right. I'd even have Philly beating San Francisco in a bubble. So.
Oh, no, I'm still in agreement. Like, I have these with no fans, so I have them as neutral site wins, but I'm just saying people might be like, what the hell?
So, Seattle and San Francisco?
Yes.
I think it'll be a physical game, just like the two were last year. I really wanted round 3, but Seattle couldn't hold their end of the bargain last year against Green Bay. I think Seattle's going to come in focused. They'll have things tightened up. I think they're going to stun the San Francisco 49ers, just due to the simple fact I trust Russell more than I trust Jimmy. When I need a big throw, I'm turning to Russell last name Wilson over Jimmy G.
Yeah, what's the greatest pass Jimmy Garoppolo does? Just call the handoff.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then your other game...
Cousins has a better arm than Jimmy Garoppolo, because at least he throws it 5 yards at Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then your other game is Green Bay versus Dallas.
I'm gonna take Green Bay.
Thank
Uh,
God.
Look, I'm taking Green Bay. They've always been a thorn in the side with against Dallas, and I think that continues. I think it'll be a close game, like it's been the last two times they've met in the playoffs, and I think Green Bay pulls away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you would have picked Dallas, I would have hoped the tarantula shed on you.
Oh, thanks. That's cute.
Sorry.
Well,
You
Chris,
know how much I hate Dallas.
for your pick, get ready for this
Yeah.
shit. Your first rounder, or your second rounder, is Green Bay versus Minnesota.
Woo! A good old black and blue rivalry.
In the tundra.
Is there any other place it would be in the playoffs?
I mean, the dome.
And Aaron Rodgers is a bad man, and he is going to beat the Vikings.
Okay, and your final match is Philly versus the Saints.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
Of course.
Even in Nolans, fly, Eagles, fly.
And for me, I have Seattle, San Francisco. Give me Russell Wilson all day. And New Orleans, Philly. I think you're gonna have to blow the Saints up. I really do. As much as Chris says that, I think Philly has a better chance of beating the Saints. Because
Drew Brees was a fine champion, but his time's passed.
yeah, I mean you're not wrong.
Good old Rocky 3 quote there.
Yeah. All right. So to make it to the Super Bowl, John, you have San Francisco versus Chicago.
Chicago.
What the fuck? All right, who is their quarterback this time? Is it going to be Trubisky or Foles or somebody they pick up in free agency?
Hey, this is my picks. You don't like it? Tough.
I'm just asking.
I'm just saying. That's where I'm going with my gut. My gut says that. So let's move on.
I'll just say this: if Chicago makes the Super Bowl, it's Trubisky.
Trubisky must have had some fucking wake-up juice then.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's because he's fighting to keep his job. It's Trubisky.
He must have had an arm transplant.
He's throwing to the 4 tight ends that he has.
Oh my God, it's like the old Indianapolis Colts of the 60s.
Dude, to be honest, that's the reason I have them winning the division. That their running game is going to be insane.
Jimmy Graham is going to be the John Mackey.
They're just gonna...
Deep dive. That was a deep dive right there.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, Christian. Green Bay versus Seattle.
Another famous chapter to a interesting quote unquote rivalry between these two. I really felt Seattle could have beat Green Bay in the playoffs last year. But for the life of me, why did you not double Devontae Adams and take him away? For the life of me, why couldn't you do that? But I think Seattle gets their revenge. I like Seattle to win the NFC Championship and represent the conference in the Super Bowl.
Ah.
So you have Seattle?
Ooh, Russell versus Patty.
Chris, you have Philly versus Green Bay.
Oh, boy. I know you want me to say fly, Eagles, fly, but...
It's in Green Bay. I could understand.
I know that. And
I could understand you taking Green Bay.
All right, ever since April, when he was drafted, Aaron Rodgers has had a picture of Jordan Love like Rocky had Ivan Drago. And he's like, motherfucker. And Aaron Rodgers is going to be, he is a man on a mission. Unfortunately, Carson Wentz is going to be a victim of that mission. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers go to the Super Bowl. It's going to be Aaron versus Patty. Woo.
And for me, I have Seattle versus Philly. Big Dick Nick ain't there. Give me Russell.
Hey Christian, you like that? Like that analogy there I had with Aaron Rodgers?
What'd you say again?
Aaron Rodgers, ever since Jordan Love got drafted, has a picture of Jordan Love on his mirror in his bedroom, like Rocky had Ivan Drago.
Oh yeah, he's probably sleeping with a Jordan Love Utah State jersey underneath his pillow for motivation. Look,
Oh,
man.
dude,
Look, look.
every night he has a Jordan Love voodoo doll.
Yeah, look. You really wanted to piss that white boy off? Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
You look. That white boy is gonna come out like court date Kobe
Oh,
and just shit on
Jesus.
everybody.
Damn, court date Kobe.
Correction. It was court date white girl Colorado Kobe. There we
God.
go. Look. That's what Brady did in 2016 when he came back from that 4-game suspension.
Oh.
That white boy reminded me of court date Kobe.
He's gonna come out like golf gambling debt Jordan.
Yeah, look, man, you do not piss white people off thinking you get away with it. Period.
You do not piss white people off that can play.
You know what? A perfect example of that. Look at what happened to the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell called Luka Doncic a bitch ass white boy, and what did Luka do 2 days later?
41 and a buzzer beater.
Exactly.
Did the Mavericks send the Clippers home?
No,
no.
The Clippers sent them home.
The Clippers barely won, right?
They won with games to spare. It's not like they went to 7.
Oh, okay.
They got
It
went to 5.
Montrezl can say what he wants, but Kawhi is like, shut up, let me take the game.
Kawhi and Paul George decided to be like, yeah, this is why we're better than the Lakers.
All right. Anyway, let's get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, Bonnie needs his pick.
I said Russell. No Big Dick Nick. Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
All right, John, your Super Bowl. Patty Mahomes versus Mitch Trubisky. KC versus Chicago.
Patty Mahomes, of course.
Okay. By the way, Chicago to win the Super Bowl is plus 4,000. So if you bet $10 to win $410. Yeah, John takes that. Christian, you have Seattle versus KC.
I think it's going to be a grinded out game. I think a lot of points are going to be scored in this one, but I just don't think Seattle's secondary will be able to hold up against Tyreek Hill and McCole Hardman and Travis Kelce and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I like the Chiefs to repeat and to be the first team to repeat since the Patriots all those years ago.
Yep. Chris, KC versus Green Bay.
Oh, you ready for this analogy? Quick.
Oh, God.
All right. Like Christian said, KC is in the business of collecting rings.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the bad man with a mission, every time he scores in this game, he's going to look a hole in the Jordan Love. Green Bay wins, and as soon as Aaron Rodgers gets the MVP, he will ask for his release. You say, yeah, I did that. Now trade me, bitch. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, man. Look.
Chris, if I'm you,
I'm almost afraid for all the Green Bay's opponents.
The 2020 season for the Green Bay Packers will be known as the Grudge.
Listen. I remember in 2018 when the Bears and Packers played. You remember when Aaron fucked his leg up and he was pretty much on one leg for the rest of the game?
Yeah, what did he do? He came back in the second half.
Yeah, because look, man, I kept saying.
But he was also high as a motherfucker.
Look, I also kept saying, too, Chicago, do not let this white boy get the ball. Do not let this white boy get the football back. And what did they do? Fucked up and let Aaron Rodgers get that ball back.
With a fucked up knee.
And the thing is, leg.
Remember, everybody's like, what a great debut for Khalil Mack. Oh, my God, there's something there. And then everybody forgot about a second half. And then Aaron Rodgers smoked them in the fourth quarter. Completely.
I think he smoked them. He was smoking something.
on one fucking leg.
By the way, Chris,
Yeah.
plus 25, plus 2,500.
Dude, dude, this is the grudge. You do not piss off Aaron Rodgers.
If you
No,
especially
you look,
in his
look,
prime.
look.
Because when Aaron Rodgers was selected by the Packers when Brett Favre was quarterback, Favre was on his decline. Remember, Favre was declining. He was like, they had a horrible season. You could see it. Rodgers just had him to the brink of the Super Bowl, and all they needed was another piece. And the Packers went out and grabbed Jordan Love. And ever since that, man, Rodgers is at a knife stuck in a table somewhere. Like a fucking serial killer. And he's going to make him pay.
So for me, I have Kansas City versus Seattle. And the $500 million man will be carrying about $500 million worth of fucking jewelry on him.
There you go.
Patty Mahomes wins. By the way, have you seen these Super Bowl?
Everybody's on the Chiefs except me with Aaron Rodgers and his revenge.
But you still have him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because I know I'm gonna have him in the Super Bowl, but Aaron Rodgers' revenge, man.
So your Packers are at plus 2,500, which means if you drop $10 on them to win the Super Bowl, you win $250.
Damn.
And I know people that'll they'll do that to try to get rich. I would not recommend that.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
They'll be partying in the streets of Green Bay and Kenosha.
1,000 plus 1,000 just to get to the Super Bowl. Yeah. So for $10, you win 100.
Well, the best part is there'll be no riots in Green Bay because it'll be too fucking cold. Like, yeah, we're going to drink our coffee and stay inside. Have a good time.
Yeah. All right. Yep, those are our Super Bowl picks.
All right, it is rant time. I will be right back.
All right. John.
Chris, Ronnie, you go first.
All right, so where do I want to begin with this? Oh, yeah. Heraldus fucking Chapman.
You mean the headhunter?
Yes, the headhunter. Now, it's not just that I have an issue with him. My issue is this unwritten fucking rule in baseball.
Oh, God, the unwritten rule again.
Well, because it's happened again and again and again. Oh my fucking God, this shit needs to fucking stop. If a player is going to get plunked, that's great. Fucking, it happened in the first inning, it should have been over. For Chapman to throw a 101 mile an hour fastball at somebody's head, yes, okay, he might have bull durhamed it and aimed at the fucking bull that was over his right shoulder. There was nothing there. It's still complete bullshit. You don't fucking throw high.
No, you don't.
With that being said, though, you don't turn around as the manager of the fucking Rays and threaten the fucking Yankees either.
You?
You don't turn around and say, oh yeah, I have a stable of guys that can throw 98 miles an hour. I'm like, what? Why the fuck do you threaten anybody? You threaten Boone, which Chapman seemed like he kind of went rogue on that. I don't know, Christian, what your thoughts on it are.
Look, I'm so disappointed with the
Alrighty, I'm
right
back
now
Okay.
because we got off to such a fast start, then Glass Carlo broke. That's what I call him. I don't call him John Carlo. I call him Glass Carlo.
Yeah.
Because that's what he is.
Ha
Glass. Judge got hurt again. You know, LeMahieu's back, but Glaber's out. Like, the Yankees are just a mess right now. And these injuries are against them now compared to what it was last year. Like, they were able to stay on beat last year. This year, it's a completely different circumstance. And look, Tampa has always played us tough, even when they were the Devil Rays. That's why I was so happy. Dude, I baked the fucking cake when Joe Madden left. I was so damn happy. But yeah, you can't throw at people's heads. Look, if you throw at his ankle or if you throw at his rib cage, yeah, that's one thing. But to throw at someone's head, he deserved to be suspended. Period.
Yeah, so
I agree.
so Chapman
Holy
got
shit! When did we have a winning record?
and what, Philly?
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys have been on like a 3-game winning streak.
yeah. I'm scared to watch the game because the last Phillies game I watched, Roman Quinn fell on his ass and the Phillies caught COVID. I'm scared to watch.
See, what bothered me with all this was it wasn't the fact that the manager of the Rays got suspended. It wasn't even the fact that Chapman got suspended. Chapman deserved to get suspended for games. Why 3 games though? Why did Chapman get 3?
Chapman finally throw at somebody?
Yeah, he threw at a Devil Ray's head.
Oh, he should have thrown it at an Astro. What are you doing?
They don't play the Astros till the playoffs.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
But Cash and Boone both got a game. Are they so with Boone getting suspended a game? They are literally saying he went to Chapman and said throw at him. I'm sorry, that's bullshit because he might have said to Tanaka to plunk one, but he did not say to Chapman code red throw high and inside. That's where I call bullshit. And then to come out after the press conference and legitly say, oh yeah, I have guys that throw 98 miles an hour, threatening a team saying that they're going to headhunt you. You're a fucking moron.
That he was.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah. And just to make matters worse, the Yankees are getting their ass whooped.
Yeah, I told you, they suck right now.
They suck right now.
They do fucking suck. They do. They're just one big old bowl of suck right now. Seriously.
Oh, John, Monstar did like that, by the way.
Oh, the Slayer thing?
Yes.
Oh, good. Glad you liked it.
By the way,
All right.
the team that I can't wait to see, and I hope they make the fucking playoffs, and it looks like they are, and I hope they do well and spoil a lot of motherfuckers, and if you're the Yankees, you do not want to see the San Diego fucking Padres in the playoffs.
Man, see, now that I know the Phillies are winning, I sort of want to watch them, but I'm scared.
Welcome to being a Mets fan.
Dude, the Padres... I'm loving what the Padres are doing right now with the not even the bat flips, but the excitement that they're showing. Yeah, the bat flips, all that other shit. Fine, do it. We're gonna have to throw at them to do it. Fuck you. Hey, if you don't want to fucking have a guy hit a grand slam on an 0-3 pitch, stop sucking. Or a 3-0 pitch, sorry.
Man.
Stop sucking.
Man. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like, I can't believe we're winning, and I'm scared because the last time Roman Quinn fell on his ass and we caught COVID. That's like a double whammy right there.
But yeah, that's pretty much my rant. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing all these people being like, oh, well, they can't do... These young players can't have fun. They can't show excitement. I'm like, fuck off. When did Mike Francesa take over ESPN?
Fuck that old fart.
It is. It's bullshit. Like, okay, Mike Trout's an angel. Who the fuck even cares anymore? He's supposed to be the face of baseball. Does anyone even care that he's around? He's not a name. He's not a name like... Oh, God. Like, how many people know who Aaron Judge is?
Aaron, listen. Okay. Look. He's a superstar. I'm gonna say that Mike Trout might be the bigger name, but from a superstar standpoint,
But that's what I'm getting
Aaron
at.
Judge might be the bigger star. And
But
I can explain. I can thoroughly explain. Like I said, when I think of a superstar, I think of people knowing them on the field and off the field. Every time Aaron Judge comes up, what's the saying? All
all
rise. That's
rise.
his nickname.
Yep.
I remember in 2017 when the Yankees came out to godforsaken, overrated, funky ass Chicago to play the White Sox. There were shut up. I saw about 24 Yankee fans in the stands dressed up with judge robes on. You don't see people doing that shit for Mike Trout. And to be honest with you, I don't think Mike Trout cares about that superstardom. He just wants to play.
Well, the thing is, come October, you see Aaron Judge, still taking swings at the plate, where you see Mike Trout in the stands at an Eagles game.
Ding.
Or he's
Ding.
fishing.
Ding.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like superstars are really made in the playoffs, and you rarely see you don't see Mike Trout in the playoffs.
I don't think
at
Mike
all.
Trout's been to a playoff series.
Well, think about it like this too. The Angels teams haven't really been all that great to begin with. That's why when I heard he signed that contract extension with the Angels last year, I'm like, why, dude? You're committing career suicide. Why?
Yeah.
I'll give you one answer to that. Cha-ching. That's that. Next
So what?
question.
The Phillies could have, and I hate saying it this way, the Phillies were about to offer him the same amount of money.
Dude, I give up in a heartbeat. I give up maybe Stanton, maybe have to be Glaber and Duhar for Mike Trout in a fucking heartbeat.
Andujar's doing shit this year.
Dude, if you're the Yankees, how much are you kicking yourselves that you didn't throw that little extra cheese on that taco for Machado?
You know what? Look, I actually hate Manny Machado, and this goes back to his Baltimore days. Last year, I went to a Cubs game. They were playing San Diego, and literally every time Manny came up to bat, I yelled and I trolled him. Every time. The only time he shut me up was when he hit a home run. But he struck out about 2 times, and he struck out to end the game. So I really let him hear it. I actually ran up close to the Padres dugout to tell him to go scratch.
Damn.
I mean,
yeah, dude, Manny Machado can eat a dick.
Speaking of eating a dick.
All right, John, go ahead.
Now it's my turn. And Chris,
Yes.
I hear one word out of you. One laugh, one snicker, one giggle. I'll scream.
What? I can't just like laugh.
No, when you laugh, you tend to break up the monotony of the rant.
All right. What I will do, I will mute myself. Okay.
I don't care. Just don't scream when I say what I want to say. Wait till the end and laugh your ass off. Have fun. Because
Okay,
trust
I'm
me.
muting.
So, speaking of eating a dick, Brody Van Dumbass. I have seen some piss poor general managers, players, and coaches come down the road. You, sir, are the biggest schmuck to ever come down God's green earth. How do you justify the trades you just made? Nothing against Todd Frazier. Love Todd Frazier. Love the Todd father. Jersey boy. Nothing but respect for him. Whatever his name is, the reliever we got. He's young. Maybe he'll grow into it. Maybe he won't, but whatever. Now here's where I really, really, really got to wonder what the fuck this man is smoking. How do you justify trading for a 36-year-old catcher who has bad ankles? He's 36, did I mention? And the fact that he is hitting 119. 119. Just let that marinate. 119. And not to mention that one of the players you traded was number 12 in your system. How do you trade a pitcher when you have a starting rotation of Jacob deGrom? No, I didn't stutter. That means there's nobody fucking else. You got nobody else. You got Steve Matz, who got tennis elbow again. You got Noah Syndergaard out. You got Michael Wacha, who can't get anybody out. You got Mike Porcello, who you signed, who can't get anybody out. You have a revolving door of relievers who you try to make starters and they can't do it. You have a guy named Walter Lockhart that you put on waivers and Seattle snapped him up. So there goes another starter out your door. And so you justify in putting a guy at third base when we already got people playing third. You signed one uno reliever when our bullpen sucks ice. You don't make the starting rotation any stronger. You trade for a catcher who's been on the disabled list the majority of this year. And did I mention he's hitting 119 and he's 36 and he's got bad ankles? Good. I just wanted to make sure you were reminded of that. What Steve Cohen has already pretty much bought the team. I'm hoping the first thing this guy does is say, Brody, come in, have a seat. You're fired. And then move on. Because this guy couldn't general manage a minor league team, let alone a major league team. I watched his press conference after he made the trade. He claimed these were good moves and he thinks the team can succeed. What are you smoking, Brody, and can I have 10 pounds of it? What? Oh, and Ronnie, you asked me the other day, Chirinos was a former client. There goes that answer. So,
Just like I thought.
He was a former, Robinson Chirinos was a former Van Wagenen client. Gee. Texas must have said, give us a bag of baseballs and a couple of dented bats. You can have Chirinos. Because that's all he's fucking worth. And the kicker of this whole thing is, Frazier has got an option for next year, which I don't mind if Frazier stays again. Because, like I said, I got nothing but love and respect for Todd Frazier. He's a great clubhouse guy, and he's a great guy to have in the dugout. Chirinos has got an option. We have a 35-year-old catcher as a free agent, a 36-year-old, soon-to-be 37-year-old catcher who's got an option and is we have another year because we have an option on him. And let's see. You're about to let Tomas Nido go because he's out of options, and we either have to put him on the major league roster or risk losing him to another team. So tell me, Brody, what the fuck is wrong with you? I want to know. What is wrong with you? Were you dropped on your head as a kid? Did you live under power lines as a kid? Did you eat a lot of paint chips as a kid?
Nice Tommy Boy reference.
But I mean, I just can't comprehend. And the fact that Chirinos and Frazier, we don't know who the players they're going to give up for them. Because they got two players to be named later. Let's see, they'll give up Brett Beatty and Matthew Allen as trade bait. Why not? Van Wagenen's a piece of shit schmuck anyway. So, Ronnie, you're a Mets fan. What did I say? Do you agree or disagree with anything I just said?
I agree with everything you just said.
Christian, what do you think?
Yeah. Look, I like Todd Frazier. I really do. he had that little stint with us. I really think he was the reason why we ended up getting to the ALCS in 2017. But what direction are the Mets going in right now? Like it just seems like it's uncertain.
Christian, it's called the toilet.
Yes, it's called watching the. I'm gonna flush my troubles down the drain with Bodie. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, now when it comes to the catcher rant I went on, you're a general manager.
Right?
Do you make that trade?
Hell no.
I mean, the only reason you would make anything for that trade, you would have to give up very low prospects or hell, even just give them money for it, is because your normal backup, I think is NATO, gets hurt.
And he's hurt right now. Technically, he's hurt.
That is the only reason you would even think about giving up anything for that. And even then, that's more for, like I said, that you more take the money.
Okay, Chris, you can come back and laugh now.
You sure?
I'm done.
All right, yeah, I logged in. I guess I screamed a little bit on the mic and I quit. My bad.
Yeah, well,
No, so go ahead. Make your comments.
Okay. So first, Steve Cohen bought the Mets, right?
it's not, the ink's not dry yet.
But it's pretty much a done deal.
All right. I'm not coming in too loud, right?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, cool. So Steve Cohen, the ink's not dry yet.
But it's
And
gonna happen.
Senor Rumble Pony is being a shitty manager.
Oh, I hope to God he'll be gone too.
He's not actually doing a terrible job. It's been dumbass.
No, he'll be gone too.
Oh no, with Cohen there, he'll be gone. But I'm
Senor
saying,
Rumble Pony. Christian, you ever seen the logo for the Rumble Ponies?
I have.
It is a thing of beauty, isn't it?
It really is.
yeah. By the way, there will be no more Taco Tuesdays.
All right. The thing that is ridiculous for me is like, I didn't expect you to go on the rant from the trade deadline, because I thought, remember, I was completely in the camp that we were gonna fuck it all up. Because the way McPhail was talking, I was like, oh God, they're going to trade Real Muto. They're going to trade Real Muto. For a fucking bullpen, they're going to trade Real Muto. And they didn't. I'm like, and I swear to God, Bryce Harper and John Middleton had to be in that room basically threatening McPhail, be like, you fuck this up, I'll punch you in the face. Because that's the only way. Because otherwise, McPhail would have been like, "Oh let's get this bullpen guy. Yeah, we need to get Realmuto off the books. Here you go." And because McPhail does this, so I'm just like, "Holy shit, we didn't fuck up, and we're winning." And of course, now I'm scared as shit to watch it because the last time I saw him, Roman Quinn fell on his ass and we caught COVID. And I am of that ilk where, like, is if I'm watching a team and they suck and I say, hell with it, I'm done with them, and then they start winning again, I want to see them, but I'm scared. Because as soon as I see a game, as soon as I watch a game, I know they're going to lose. And then we're back in Shitsville. Now about the Mets, I mean, I'm sorry.
No. Let me put it
all the shit you said was funny as hell.
But the thing is, it's like I said, when Steve Cohen takes over this team this year, and he will take over this year, they just got to dot a few I's, cross a few T's. But the deal is, and he's getting them for a lot cheaper, because when he originally put in the offer was $2.6 billion. He got him for I think for 2.2 or 2.3.
Remember what his first order of business is going to be.
It's going to be to fire Van Wagenen and fire Senor Taco. They're both gone.
Also pay off Bobby Bonilla.
You know what? as far as I'm concerned right now, that is the least of my worries for this team. When it comes to this team going forward after this year, after they collapse, and we all know they're going to collapse. You know, they won nice today,
What
but
they do.
you know, I mean, look, being a Met fan my whole life, I'm not optimistic. I never am. I never am. So the Mets need to do a couple of things. Fire Brody, please. Fire Jose Taco or whatever the hell his name is. He's got to go. You gotta. You're gonna have Wilson Ramos off the books as a catcher. You're gonna have Cespedes off the books. Thank fucking
You
God for
actually
that.
called him his name.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm still in kind of Tom Seaver morning, so he gets a pass.
World.
But if
Oh.
it,
Because I was surprised you were going to call him the Lone Ranger or Hop Along like you usually do.
Yeah.
but like I said, I'm still in a little of that Tom Seaver haze right now. So, and I've
Uh,
also been drinking a little bit too. So,
Oh
Ah.
God.
so here's the thing. I mean, I'm not drunk. Trust me. I only had one beer, so I'm not
All
drunk.
right. Then you're good then. So okay.
So do
And
you also get rid of Edgar's Diaz?
oh God! But here's a speaking of thank you for bringing him up.
Here we
I
go.
read it. I read into it. 7 teams reached out to him, to Brody Van Schmucko, and said,
Oh
"We
yeah.
want Edwin Diaz," and he's like, no, we feel he's still good enough. He's still our closer." If I were in the room, I would have like, Brody, come here, come here. You see this bat? You see this bat? Nice and shiny. This is. I'm gonna pull a thing out of the rocks thing. Shine it up real nice. Turn that bitch sideways and stick it straight up your stupid ass.
Well, no. Here's the
Oh
thing.
my
When a team wants your shitty closer, you do it. I
Well,
don't care
no.
if they give us a bag of baseballs. Get him out of here. I
Yeah.
don't want
So
him
apparently, according to people, other GMs are asking price for him was too high.
What did they want? Mike Trout and Bryce fucking Harper?
Oh yeah, that's another.
Hey, leave Bryce Harper out of this.
I'm just saying.
I'm
Well,
just
no,
using it
no.
as an example.
Oh yeah, and then what? We have another $20,000 a year or $20 million a year contract for 15 years with fucking Cano.
You know what? I gotta say one thing. Old man Cano, if you notice, I kept him out of every rant because guess what? He's actually producing.
Robinson
Hey,
Cano can kiss my left nut. Fuck him. Fuck Robinson Cano. Jesus
I knew that would
Christ.
get a
Wait,
rise out
wait,
of
wait,
him.
wait, wait.
No,
Is this the
no,
Yank? Well,
no. This dude could have been the face of the franchise. Wow. You know, after Derek retired, but no.
Okay.
He wanted to go drink fucking coffee in Seattle. Now he's back in New York. Robinson Cano can kiss my dick.
Well,
I hope
hey,
he
didn't
doesn't
he
win
also
shit
get I was
for
gonna
the
say,
rest of his career.
how do you feel about Didi Gregorius?
You know what? Didi doesn't bother me. I kind of wish we had him now, to be real. But no, Robinson Cano.
Thank you.
No, Robinson Cano can kiss. He can kiss the shaft of my dick. I don't care.
Oh, I need
You don't know
that.
how Petrangelo shits on him?
God.
He'd rather watch.
No, you want the spider to shit on him.
He wants to see pigs fuck before he sees that shit.
No, I actually
No.
want to see coyotes fuck.
Okay, but anyway, before I say now, all right, Chris, the final thing in that rant, Robinson Chiritos, you're the Phillies. Your general manager trades. I'm not just forget JT Realmuto and all that stuff. Keep him out of the conversation. Your team trades for a 36, soon to be 37-year-old catcher with bad ankles who's hitting 119.
Is your manager going to be Lou Brown next?
You know what? I'd take Lou Brown over Jose Taco any day.
Robinson Cano. I call him Robinson Cano body because that's exactly what he is to me. A fucking nobody.
God damn it.
You know what? I'll make Chris laugh even more right now. You know who I would take as a manager over him?
Who?
Roger fucking Dorn.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Kid
Oh
there,
God.
Serrano.
No, but to
Well,
answer
it's
Chris's,
funny because
but to answer,
Mets fans are like that guy from Major League Two, the
Bruce Baker.
the Randy Quaid fan.
Oh,
Mild thing, Mr. Choke thing.
he
Oh
wants the
God.
No
righty.
blood in the
The
playoffs.
wild thing.
The
The
vile
thing.
thing.
The take your heart out and choke thing. Blow it out your ass, man.
Oh my God, he's back.
Yeah.
you know what?
Where's the Terminator, Vaughn? Yeah, you run back there, Vaughn.
But you know what? I don't hate Didi Gregorius. I actually wanted the Yankees to keep him. I like Didi. I honestly thought he was our best player. Seriously, like when the only knock I have on Didi is he tries to swing for the fences a little
So does
too much.
Apparently, so does everybody now.
But yeah, I mean, I get that. But my thing is this. You know, I knew they weren't going to be able to keep Didi because they had a bigger fish to fry, and they won. God damn it, the Yankees lost again, but I'm not surprised. Um, they had a bigger fish to fry. They wanted to get Garrett Cole, so the minute that they got Garrett, I'm like, yeah, that means Didi isn't going to be here. It's almost reminiscent of the 2013 offseason when we got Jacoby D. Ellsbury. That's what I call him, because that's where he always was, on the goddamn DL. The minute the Yankees signed Jacoby to that long-term deal, I'm like, yeah,
7 years, 167 million.
Yeah, because the Yankees offered Robinson 175 mil, but he turned that down.
Yeah, he took 240 from Seattle.
Yeah, and how'd that work for him? Did he get to the playoffs?
No, he's a Met now. What do you expect?
Exactly. He can kiss the fattest part of my black ass.
Shit, you know what? I'm very happy with Didi Gregorius. Let me see, 270 average, 333 on base percentage, 470 slug. I'm good.
But here's the last part of my thing before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
Once Cohen takes over, we will actually have something what's called money. We won't have to say to Fred and Jeff Wilpon, get at the crowbar, open your wallet, let the moths out. You know, it'll be like, we're not going to sign 35-year-old catchers, 39-year-old relievers, guys off the scrap heap, guys that have been free agents for years,
Oh God.
guys that have been tossed out and traded by every team and their mother. We might actually go out and get somebody of worth. Do I think they're going to sign the high-end free agents? Maybe not a Garrett Cole type, but somebody that's actually going to make an impact on this team. Because there's one thing this team needs going in next year, besides pitching. We need a bullpen, and we need, like I said, we need somebody behind Jake. I'm sorry, Noah Syndergaard, if he comes back healthy, great, grand, wonderful, that's fine. And one other thing, the Mets better fucking sign Conforto to an extension. Because if we lose Conforto, the New York fans will riot.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. That was just so funny when you said the one thing we will have is money. I'm just like, damn.
Because look at the way the Wilpons are. Every offseason, they're like, we signed 36-year-old Wilson Ramos to a 2-year contract. We signed 36-year-old Jed Lowry to a $20 million contract. Yeah, how'd that work out for us? Yeah, he didn't play a single fucking day.
Oh yeah. You guys do sign old players to long-term contracts.
Thank you. Because that's because Jeff Wilpon and Fred Wilpon and Brody Van Wighead don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore.
We signed this catcher. Wait, this guy's dead. We'll cross him off then.
You see that the Mets have become major leagues, you know, inviting to camp type guy.
You totally have. Like, and here come the Mets.
It's like
You
the
know,
scoreboard. It's like the guy from.
Yeah.
It's like the guy from Major League 3.
Yeah.
scoreboard. But it's just this is and like I said, I love my team. I always have loved my team. I'm not going to abandon them. But will I be the first one to mock them? You goddamn right I will be,
But
because I've earned it.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I know what you want. You want like Meet the Mets to actually be Meet the Mets and not like how other teams sing it Beat the Mets all the time.
Or meet the mess.
Meet the Mets or Beat the Mets. Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually like to say, hey, my team won today. Oh boy, they're on a X amount of winning streak. Oh boy, did you see so and so pitched a great game? Oh boy, we got another guy. Oh, it's going to be tough to beat. No, it's like, oh God, who's going to beat us this week? For God's sake,
It's
the
like
Baltimore Orioles are beat us. And the Orioles
basically
suck.
your prayers are like ours last night for the Flyers. Like, God, Lord, if you're hearing me, help!
It's just like that's just the way it is with the Mets. And like I said, I know we're closing out the show, but I want to raise, it's like more metaphorical. Raise a glass to Tom Seaver. God bless him. We're all gonna miss him. He was the
Absolutely.
franchise. We loved you, Tom. You're back with Casey again. Go back and win a big one up there in the big sky, in the big game.
yes.
Rest in
And with
Tom.
that, yes, rest in peace, Tom Seaver. And with that being said, please go follow us on Facebook, on everything, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. It's all under the Nerdport Network. You can follow myself on Twitter at FNRonnie.
At Trips NXC.
At the Zombie Master.
And I am at Daily Blitz _61.
And with that being said, the Mets are under new management, which
Thank
means
fucking God.
we might not be able to get to say this that often. But
Yeah.
Bobby Bonilla might not be getting paid next year. If he is,
Oh,
he's getting
so
he will be getting
yes,
one lump
and
sum.
Monday from
Oh,
Real to
yeah.
Heel. Monday from Real to Heel. We are watching Undefeatable. We are talking sports movies, and my old co-host, my old compadre, Monstar, will be in the building to do the review with us.
Yep. All right,
Cool.
ladies and gentlemen, let's get on out of here, boys. Bobby Bonilla is getting paid, and the check has cleared. See ya!
I will be back on with you guys